American dreams. Just tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Skills is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. The vision, yeah, blueprint mine. Counting every dollar, turning niggas into dime. Trap game, senator, vetoing lanes. Legend in the making, put respect on my name. Hustle in my veins, got the streets on lock. Wrist stay dripping like a clock, tick tock. I'm trying to bounce, but they tripping like a scam. Cashing all these checks while I'm getting all this mail. Racks in the safe, yeah, racks in the safe. Stay the vault, stay full, stay the vault, stay full. Pockets overweight, we don't play by the rules. Set pockets overweight, we don't play by the rules. See the feds wanna audit, but the books stay clean. I'm a ghost in the trap, I'm the one you ain't seen. Whip it so fast and I leave you in the dust. The gold in my chain and you know I got a tuck. Trapping all day, you know the grind don't stop. Making all these plays, gotta make it to the top. Diamonds in my grill, yeah, gleam no flaws. Justice in my hustle, yeah, above the law. Money talks loud, I don't hear no hate. Balance out the game, yeah, serve your own plate. Enemies plotting, I'm 10 steps ahead. Counting all this money while I'm laying in the bed. Hold up, wait up, odds, yeah, let the
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Profit over pride, gotta keep this wave alive. Risk it for the game, that's the only side. Checks is in my favor, see this power never divide. Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Skills is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme. Checks and balances,
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, once again.
Skills is tipping, yeah, running up the scene. Power in my hand, yeah,
Happy Monday.
Yeah, secret very deep. Cold still flash, yeah, hear them scream. Nightmares fuel, yeah, running up a scheme. No soda cell, got a debt unpaid. Grave. Skills different bread, balance in the sand. Checks cashing out for them dead presidents. Chains on my wrist like the devil's got a grip. Click on the deal, watch your candle just drip. Smoke in the air, mask in the stench. Traps in the dungeon, and you know I got a hit. What's in the heart, yeah, counting every loss. Scales on the tip, yeah, carrying the cross. Hollow out the game, lead them boys to run. Checks coming in, boy, I can't be bought. Bash on the floor, you know I gotta check the cash. At the door, you know I gotta hide the cash. Blade in the palm, yeah, I gotta cut it raw. Overseas, stay above the law. Make the White House black, count the money in the dark. Whipping this work, these things no spark. Checks hit the trap, but the block stay grim. Scales tipping heavy, got justice again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what it's about?
True.
It's about holding on to all this power, and as you can see, I got a lot of it, and I'm not sure.
Hope you all had a great weekend.
It's me, Big Zeus.
Doing what I want to do.
Checks and balances, stacking up the green. Cash flow heavy, yeah, American dreams. Skills just tipping, yeah, running up the scene.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. We don't got all morning. I have other plans to do.
Power in my hand, yeah, hustling supreme.
All right, let's get this show started. We don't got all morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. Let's go! I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage, your tanks full of gas. I get the game so raw, I won't finish last. Let's go. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, boss lady. Let's go. Hope you. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Hey, Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Good morning, Cindy. Yeah, let's go. There goes. Here's the Zeus hater right here. This Zeus hater right here. Listen up. Here goes. Here goes.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical. It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
They've been saying it for years.
It's like deja vu.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. You all must be really excited to see me. Good morning. Happy Monday. Today is September 22nd. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered to do the real work it takes to save this great country of ours. from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, who we all know are hell-bent on destroying this great country of ours, right? And the way that we do that is we do it one show at a time, one conversation at a time. And what we're doing is we're unleashing, I would call America's greatest asset, which is the truth about just how terrible things are living in a country ran by somebody who has authoritarian tendencies, somebody who's hell-bent on being a dictator, aka a fascist. All right. And I don't like to use that. Listen. You know me. Many of you have been following me. I don't like using the term fascist, right? And people liking Donald Trump, the mustache man. And I say, if you link it, if you can't say he's that guy, because that guy, the mustache man, did a lot more evil than Donald Trump. But what you can say honestly is that if you would let him, he would do it. All right, and that's a huge W. If we didn't have Democrats and independents and real Republicans in this country just making sure he didn't get to do everything he wanted to do, he would totally do it in a heartbeat. I promise you he would, because I watched and I was reading over the weekend a lot of stuff. Not just the mustache man. We can also talk about you know who he is. El Doce, you know who he is, right? El Doce, that's Mussolini, right? You got to go listen to this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and Stalin too. And you got to go, wow, we are literally reenacting what we already went through years ago during World War II. We're really living it all over again here in the United States, thanks to Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, who we all know are hell-bent on destroying this great country of ours. And so before I go any further, let me take care of some very important housekeeping items. For those of you who don't know who I am, you might have started to just follow me and you don't know how I operate, how I get down. Fair enough. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. All right. The second H, it's because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be honest than me. All right. The second H, it's because I'm humble. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be. All right, mark my. To make my screen a little bit brighter, I will be the first to apologize. All right, because here's the thing: I don't take apologizing as a sign of weakness. I actually take it as a sign of strength. All right, and you'll actually become a better person if you learn to do more of that. I've learned over the years. And then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which is, one of the most important H's of them all. It's because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. I got you, Eugene. You were slipping, bro. I got you. Yeah. And so, like I said, what we do is very spectacular. What we do is very special. What we do is incredible. It's diabolical. It's magical. It's theatrical. All of the above. We catch these liars in real time, and we help them understand, not today, right? We shut down MAGA demons. We shut down misinformation. We shut down conspiracies. And with that comes the added burden of sometimes we have to fact check ourselves, because we don't always get it right either. Sometimes stuff is all over TikTok. Sometimes stuff is all over the internet, and you think, wow, we got some information. We'll debunk it here in real time, because not just me, but all of the wonderful people in the chat, they will hold us accountable if we don't get it right, and we try our best to do that. All right, so that's a huge W, Zeus. Now, this is the one part of the show that I hate having to do, but I do it because it's very important that I do. Do I have anybody out there that's still worshiping Donald Trump? Anybody out there still, and I put it in quotation marks, still supporting Donald Trump? Anyone out there still supporting Donald Trump? Maybe I should say it this way. Any of you out there, snowflakes? Any snowflakes out there? Okay, Tiny Tank Top Tim, Tom, you're a snowflake. Okay. Yeah, because I call them cry bullies. They're cry bullies, all right? And a cry bully is somebody who attacks people all day long. Oh, I'm going to call your employer. I'm going to report you because you weren't smiling like this and you weren't talking like that. We're going to try to get them fired. And then they end up, somebody finds out who they are, and then they say, oh, I'm going to do the same thing to you. Oh, why did you do that? Oh, that's messed up. It's the radical. Those are cry bullies. These are people who can't understand that the same thing that they do is ultimately going to happen to them. And it's not a left or a right thing. universal laws, all right? You reap what you sow. Every action has an equal opposite reaction. Go look up Newton's laws. They don't know about this stuff, but we're going to make sure they know. So listen up. If there are any Trump supporters out there, do me a huge favor. Leave right now. Leave my show. Don't report me. Don't report me. Don't report me. All right? Because other folks want to hear what I have to say, all right? Thank you. But if you are a Trump supporter, just leave right now because it's going to be very, very uncomfortable for you. I promise you it will. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. You heard that? So no crying, no getting triggered. Hey, MAGA queen, you too. You don't have to come in here and subject yourself to what I'm saying. All right, just go ahead and leave. All right, but now, if you're in here after that, you're on your own. The doors to the Thunderdome, they just officially closed. Grab your shields, grab whatever you use to protect your peace, but you're going to need it because we're going to get into some choppy waters. All right, huge W Zeus. What's up, Little Hawk? Yeah, MAGA Queen, she doesn't understand. I'm actually here to rescue her and get her out of this burning house that she's in. She thinks I'm her enemy, but once she is outside and safe, she's going to realize it's been Big Zeus the whole time trying to save her special behind, and I really shouldn't, but she's going to learn too. All right, she won't be MAGA Queen when it's all said, and when it's all said and done, she won't be MAGA Queen anymore. She'll be a repented demon. How about that? A repented demon. So what I want to start out with is, this Kirk situation. I did see it over the weekend, and however folk got to deal with their grief, deal with your grief. I get that, but what I don't want to do is make the mistake of putting man before Jesus, right? And I just got to say this to all the people out there that are, Charlie Kirk fans. Please be careful that you're not placing Charlie Kirk above Jesus. Do y'all know, Trump supporters? Do y'all know who Jesus is? No, I gotta ask these Christians. Do y'all really know who Jesus is? You Trump supporters, do y'all really know who he is? I'm asking. I'm just asking because what I've seen, and I said over the weekend, I said, and this is, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send the Trump supporters who don't know who Jesus is. I'm gonna send y'all straight to hell because y'all doing a lot of stuff in the name of Jesus, but y'all don't even know who Jesus is, right? And you don't even got to be a religious person. But I sat back and I said, wow, I ain't never seen none of these folks this excited about the good Lord. Right? How many of y'all seen any of these Trump supporters this excited about the good Lord? Right? I mean, yeah. You ain't supposed to have no false idols above God, right? Y'all supposed to be out here being beacons of light, not beacons of darkness, right? And you see how quiet they get? And the Bible talked about them, right? You're going to deny me 3 times. Yeah. And I saw that this weekend. I mean, I can understand the family grieving, but a lot of y'all, if I ask the Trump supporter right now, and this is how I caught him, I've been asking him all weekend, any Trump supporters out there, give me Charlie Kirk's best quote. Give me Charlie Kirk's best quote, MAGA. What's one of his quotes that you could quote to me and say, wow, this has been very inspirational to me. It's transformed my life and helped me to become a better person. MAGA can't give it to you. So this is how, look, I'm looking in the chat. I'll stand corrected. Any Trump supporters got a good quote of Charlie Kirk's that you believe represents and reflects the values you uphold and has helped you to become a better person, right? Because with Martin Luther King, you got the whole I had a dream speech. If you go into the Bible, there's lots of scriptures in there. I was listening intently for it, and I couldn't find it. John, you got one? John, you got one? Women over 30 aren't dateable. Wow. We're in a sad situation, ladies and gentlemen. These folks don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. They're vassals of transgression. And I say that often, but I don't think MAGA understands what a vassal of transgression is. That means you're not an agent of light. You're an agent of darkness. Yeah, and every step of the way, it's so easy to expose you, just like I did when I asked you. I said, hey, give me a quote. Give me a Bible chapter and verse, MAGA, that justifies this worshiping. And I'll say this just to show you I'm not biased. Do not worship me. I call myself Zeus, right? Don't even worship Big Zeus this much, all right? Because y'all got to understand, when it's all said and done, you got to meet your maker, all right? You got to meet your maker, and you got to explain why you did what you did. All right, and so I just wanted to put that out there. But if there's a Trump supporter out there that actually has a good Charlie Kirk quote, please bring it up here. I'd be more than willing to hear it out, all right? The next thing that I wanted to talk about, it actually has to do with Charlie Kirk. And this comes from the director of the FBI, Kash Patel. I don't know if any of you got to actually look at his post that he put on X. And he did this post the same day that Charlie Kirk had his memorial, right? That his memorial was on that day. And I said, why are you doing this on the same day as his memorial? Number one. But I understand that he's fighting for his job still because a lot of things are going wrong. And then I posted a video about it and it got flagged. So one thing I'm learning is you can't talk about the FBI or Kash Patel on TikTok because they'll flag your videos. All right. And so what is that about? All right. But I'll go ahead and talk about it now because I think it's important to say. He wrote this: as the director of the FBI, I'm committed to ensuring the investigation into Charlie Kirk's unaliving is thorough and exhaustive, pursuing every lead to its conclusion. So I'm going, okay, why are you stating the obvious, Cash? Why are you stating that obvious, Cash Money? We all know that. That's your job. That's why you were selected, we thought. He goes, the full weight of America's law enforcement agencies are actively following the evidence that has emerged, but our efforts extend beyond the initial findings. We are examining every facet of this unaliving. Okay, Cash, we already thought you knew that, so who are you talking to? That's the first thing I'm thinking. Who is he saying this to? All right. And then it came to me, oh, so he's aware. He's aware that a majority of Americans, if not all Americans, do not buy any of the information that's coming out of the FBI that is currently being ran by Cash Money, right? How many people believe the FBI that's being ran by Cash Money? Because I don't believe it. Anybody out there believe what he says? He goes, we are meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location from where the pew pew was taken, the possibility of accomplices, the text message confession, and related conversation, Discord chats, the angle on which the pew pew impact, how the weapon was transported, hand gestures observed as potential signals near the time of his unaliving, and visitors to the alleged pew pew's residence in the hours and days leading up to the attack. So this tells me he's at least aware of all of the questions and concerns the American people have about this thing. Because from the way it sounds, a lot of us are going, we know for sure you tried to say that this was someone on the left, and we're not buying it. And you can't buy it because if you read those text messages that they showed us, you have to have a reasonable understanding and say, those text messages, something's off with them. They're missing a human element, right? They look like they were written by perhaps ChatGPT, Grok, or whatever you use, OpenAI. It doesn't look like it's a real conversation, number one. And in the terms that are being used in it, we don't buy it. He goes on to say, some details are known today while others are still being pursued. To ensure every possibility is considered, our primary focus is to complete the investigation and deliver justice. I don't buy that part right there. I think that his primary focus is to facilitate the cover-up. All right. And this is just another attempt, as far as I'm concerned, to try to facilitate the cover-up. To protect the integrity of the investigation and subsequent prosecutions, we cannot release every piece of information we have to the public right now. We will ensure every question is addressed at the appropriate moment. So I have to say, well, how did you end up releasing the text messages then? If you can't release every piece, and how did you end up releasing the information about his roommate? You know what I was thinking this weekend? Do we know the ethnicity of this suspect's roommate? Do we know their ethnicity? Do we know the ethnicity of the suspect? Does anyone know? Because I'm just double checking. Do we know their ethnicity? Do we know their religion? Do we know what is their oh, somebody said yes. Y'all know it. What is it? What is it? What is the ethnicity? Because I just don't. You don't know, right? Because I'm going. Y'all sure are doing an excellent job hiding this person. Yeah, y'all are doing an outstanding job hiding this person. But for some reason, we know that they were somehow affiliated with the LGBTQ plus community. Ain't that something? See, I think the FBI thought the rest of America was just as ignorant as MAGA. Yeah, but the rest of America isn't as ignorant as MAGA. All right, we get it. 68% of MAGA hasn't graduated high school. We get it. But that is not a good reflection of the majority of free-thinking people in this country, like me, Big Zeus, W Zeus. And I keep telling MAGA, you know what the difference between me and MAGA is? Look at this, MAGA. Look at this. You see that? You see that? You see how my hand just goes right through the top like that? You know what that means? No strings attached. I am not a hand puppet like you. MAGA has to digest this. MAGA has to buy into this. But I don't. I don't. And so I'm not going to finish reading any of this cover up that, you know, we all know Cash is actually trying to facilitate. And I do believe he's covering it up for his dear leader, or as I like to say, El Doce. I think I'm pronouncing that. That's what they called Mussolini, El Doce. You know, they called him that. I said, oh, wow. They called Mussolini El Doce. And then you know what happened to him at the end. And this is why I understand what's going on in this country at a level most of you don't. And MAGA, just buckle up, all right? Because while you're sitting here swimming in a pool of lies and mysterious, of deception and stuff like that, you don't understand how these things play out over time, all right? Now, I'm looking at the time. There's one thing that I did want to talk about yesterday that happened, and I need somebody to verify if this did happen. So they're saying Grindr had outages yesterday. Did y'all hear about this? They had some outages. MAGA flew in for the Charlie Kirk memorial, and they're saying that there were outages. Is that true? Yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. And that led me down a rabbit hole. Let me see if I can get this going again, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see if I can get this going. That led me down a rabbit hole with y'all. There is evidence out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Where is it at? Okay, there it goes. Data finds, and this is a little back in 2022, but you could go look at this. Data finds Republicans are obsessed with searching for trans corn. You know what I mean? Corn, trans corn. More than 300 anti-LGBT bills have been proposed across 36 states, at least 1/3 of which are directed at trans youth. Okay, Republicans love this T corn a lot. With more than 4.7 million trans corn-related Google searches each month, do Republicans represent the most of those? The answer seems to be a clear yes. Interesting. Who is the most obsessed with searching for this type? The top 20 trans corn obsessed states and metro areas: Texas, Georgia. I'm starting at number 1. Texas, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, Kansas, Virginia, North Carolina. Wow, Illinois. That's where Snuggles lives, by the way. Mississippi, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana. I think Indiana is where MAGA Queen lives. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ohio, Indiana, Arkansas, Iowa, Louisiana, yeah, Michigan, Oklahoma, Alabama, Florida, Pennsylvania. What's that mean? What does this mean? Does anybody know what this means? I mean, listen, I'm just asking if this is true or not. And you see he's already calling me a name in the comments section. If this is your thing, then just enjoy it. Lean into it. Embrace it, MAGA. This is the thing, MAGA. We all know this is what y'all are into. Okay, because the men lie, women lie, but numbers don't, right? There's clients, there's customers, right? You know how this works. This is business 101. There has to be, it's supply and demand. It's supply and demand, MAGA. And y'all want to sit out here and try to trick me, all right? This is what they go on to say. The more red you get, the more you love it. This is what they're saying. I'm cleaning it up. The more red you get, the more you love this stuff. So I'm going, why are you gaslighting me, MAGA? Why are y'all out here gaslighting us into believing we're the ones doing all this stuff, but the data shows y'all shutting down Grindr. Y'all shutting down Grindr. Y'all searching, because you know Google keeps track of everything you look up. You do know this, MAGA. That's how they know, like, when outbreaks and stuff like that are happening. They don't just go off of the polls. People are searching for stuff, and then they go, oh, okay, there must be an outbreak of this going on if a lot of people are searching for that, right? And then they can actually do a medical response. So you have to understand, your secrets, they always come out, MAGA. All right? So I don't buy this outrage y'all have, especially you hear Nancy Mace right now talking. You got to go, Nancy, what's going on? What's really going on? And then there's another part. The more you hate them, the more you love them. This is based on statistical data, MAGA. Right? So now I'm like, wow, y'all used the RNC convention to get on the Grindr. Y'all using Charlie Kirk's thing to get on the Grindr. Y'all have been exposed, MAGA. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of nasty. I gotta do it. We gotta send some folks to hell this morning. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of nasty folks. All right. And instead of leaning and living your truth, you're out here pretending like y'all some saints. I mean, to me, you could live your life and still get into heaven if you're being honest, but you ain't even doing that. Y'all just out here being messy, sloppy, nasty, and then lying and trying to blame the Democrats. Nah, this is you, MAGA. This is you, and I know the truth. All right? So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, how many of y'all think MAGA, because you know what they probably did, should I send them straight to hell? Listen, I'm not saying if you love who you love, you're a bad person. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're out here lying about who you love, then I'm saying you're a bad person. Why are you sending this whole country through all this nasty mess that's going on when y'all the biggest ones out here doing it? Y'all the ones doing it, right? You're gaslighting us. And it's like the whole time it's been you. This is a scary movie. And you go, wow, look at who the real suspect is, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up this lake of fire. Because once again, who's the racist ones? MAGA. Who's the ones out here crashing Grindr? MAGA. Who the ones acting holier than thou? MAGA. And who's the one going straight to hell? MAGA. Yeah. Yeah. W Zeus. Yeah. See, they don't like me because I get out here and I expose these demons in real time. I don't need MAGA to actually get up here and explain to me, right? They go, Zeus, you should just debate and you should, share your screenshots and show us the evidence. I don't need to do that. I'm real good up here, MAGA. I'm real good up here. And I know how to read the environment. When you're a wild animal, you live in your habitat. MAGA, no, I don't. Imagine a lion trying to go get a gazelle and then you go, no, I can't go get the gazelle because I need to go read my algebra book. No. We're in the wild. We get out here and we talk. If you really know what you know, MAGA, then you should be able to clearly articulate why you believe and subscribe to this nonsense out there. And this is why a majority of them, they don't want to get in my box. They don't want to dance with Big Zeus. And they definitely don't want to dance with some of my amazing panelists that'll get up here. I have great people that get up here. Val, Jim, Nutty, Shay, Ange. And these people, they'll just totally annihilate every Trump supporter. So every Trump supporter that comes onto my show, they just stay in the comment section, right? You two attacking. They stay in the comment section because they're afraid. Yeah. Just like, roaches, when you turn on the light and the roaches run and then they hide and then where's the roach? He's inside of the box of the Captain Crunch. Yeah, that's what roaches do. That's how MAGA is. As soon as you turn on the light, okay, look at you. Oh, where were you going? Oh, I was just going to this hotel, Zeus. Oh, to do what? You God-fearing Christian? Well, I was just going to go meet with my good pal who's in town. Oh, is it a guy? Well, yes, a guy. What's wrong with that, Zeus? Nothing's wrong with it, but I thought you were married. Well, I am, but could you please not tell my wife, Zeus? This is what they tell me. Could you please not tell my wife? And I go, oh, so your wife doesn't know you're out here 2 p.m. going to a hotel room. Interesting. All right, well, guess what? God knows. Guess what that means? You're going straight to hell. And they know who they are. Yeah, they know who they are.
Silence.
They know who they are. Okay, I didn't say anything. I didn't say any name, but you know who you are, and don't worry. God knows what you're doing, and it'll all be revealed in due time. You're not happily married. You notice these folks on TikTok, the ones that say that they've been married for 32 years, happily married. Zeus, I'm happily married. No, you ain't. You're miserable. You're miserable. And I know you're miserable because I could just hear it when you talk. I mean, your breath stink. You sound like you ain't brushed your teeth. You barely keep yourself well kept. You know, these people, they don't even take care of themselves, right? When the last time you actually went to the gym and worked out and looked after your health and looked like an attractor? Oh, I don't need to do that. Yeah, you're letting yourself fall apart. Yeah, okay, good luck. But you'll sure do that when the devil give around you, right? And then you'll go to that hotel room and do whatever God said not to do, all right? And this is some sick stuff, right? Y'all want to know what else got me going this weekend? Y'all want to? Let's go ahead and talk about it, all right? I mean, this is for the folks out there that like to act like they're holier than thou. This is somebody in the Trump administration. Many of you may have heard about this story, but if not, this might be your first time hearing about it.
Extraordinary pressure on his Attorney General Pam Bondi. President Trump putting extraordinary pressure on his Attorney General Pam Bondi, publicly calling on her to use the power of the Justice Department to prosecute his political enemies. The president writing this message on social media addressed to Pam, insisting nothing is being done, adding, "We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. Justice must be served now."
We have to act fast. If they're not guilty, that's fine. If they are guilty or if they should be charged, they should be charged.
President Trump calling for cases against Democratic Senator Adam Schiff, former FBI Director James Comey, and New York Attorney General Letitia James.
Right.
Just days ago, he forced out a top federal prosecutor whose office did not find any evidence to back up allegations that James committed mortgage fraud after months of investigating. President Trump now nominating Lindsay Halligan, an attorney from his personal legal team who mostly handled insurance claims, to fill that role. She has never served as a prosecutor. As the president...
So, Donald Trump this weekend, that wasn't what I wanted to play, but I'll play that and I'll talk about it. So we all saw Donald Trump this weekend basically instruct Pam Bondi to go get Adam Shifty Schiff, right? Who else did he want him to get? Who else was it? Letitia James too. Yeah, he said get Letitia James. Oh, and James Comey. MAGA. Isn't it funny how he has all this energy to go after these people, but for some strange reason, he can't bring himself to release those Epstein files? Y'all want to explain that, MAGA? Because remember, y'all said it was the judges. The judges won't let Donald Trump release it. Well, the judges are telling Donald Trump, sir, you aren't actually the one that should be prosecuting crime. You don't know how the criminal justice system works. You're supposed to actually have credible evidence to actually start bringing about federal charges. And then you got to actually do the work to actually make sure the case gets ripe enough to prosecute. Donald Trump's saying, you don't need to do that. Just take my word. This is what just take my word they're guilty. Well, Donald Trump, how can we take your word when you are the biggest liar on the face of the earth? How are we going to take Donald Trump's word that these people committed crimes when we all know he lied over 30,000 times in his first administration? And I'm starting to think it would have been higher if Mike Pence wasn't involved. But now that Mike Pence is not involved, it has exponentially increased. I think Donald Trump lies 30,000 times a day at this point. I mean, it's off the charts how much he lies. So do I buy the narrative that these people Trump says is guilty are guilty? Guilty of what? Loving this country? Loving democracy? Okay, fine. But if you think I believe what Donald Trump is saying is they're guilty. Oh, I know. The Russia hoax? Okay, great. Yeah, right. Oh, you didn't like that Letitia James found, well, she didn't find it, but the evidence supported the prosecution she brought that showed that Donald Trump was committing financial fraud. Okay, these are real things. MAGA doesn't want to accept it. So what I'll do is this, hey, MAGA, I'm going to go ahead and warm up the lake of fire, because the real criminals aren't the people that Donald Trump is pointing at. It's him. And you're just too simple-minded, hate-filled to see it. At your own demise. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send these Trump supporters where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
President Trump.
Okay, now let's finish this up, ladies and gentlemen, because there's more. Here it goes. There's more.
Against his adversaries. ABC News has learned his Justice Department closed an investigation into border czar Tom Howman for allegedly taking $50,000 in an FBI sting operation.
What? Tom Howman, the border czar, got caught taking 50,000 of them things, busting out the rapper MAGA, while y'all are out here getting your heads just slapped across the face with these tariffs. Could you imagine, MAGA, what $50,000 landing in your lap could do for you? Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom, 50 grand. That's the income of your wife and you combined. He's getting it in cash. Think about that. While you're out here bashing Zeus and the Democrat, as long as he could get his in cash and let you bash Big Zeus, he's cooking and winning. If I wasn't a man of morals, okay, can I be honest with you all? If I wasn't a man of moral, I would probably be right up there with Donald Trump in terms of being able to take advantage of the simple-minded, 2 brain cells, 1 or 2 teeth hanging individuals, MAGA out there. I would be cleaning Tiny Tank Top Tim's clock so well. Oh, get him, Tiny Tank Top. And I'm just sitting over here counting millions. Oh, don't look at my money. No, go look at these people. Okay, don't look at my money. And Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom would simply go, I guess Big Zeus does deserve all that money because of all the hard work. Not knowing I'm just ripping him off and committing all kinds of crimes. You see how ignorant y'all look, MAGA? The real criminals, the big bad wolf. Do I have to read the 3 little pigs? Do I need to read that to you, MAGA? The 3 little pigs. You know that's the bad person, the wolf, isn't the pigs. The wolf is the one trying to blow your house down and come inside and take everything. W Zeus. I get so upset. I mean, just listen to this.
In the alleged encounter, which sources say was recorded by undercover agents, Homan allegedly accepting a bag of cash while agreeing to potentially help secure government contracts if Trump won the election. ABC News has reached out to Homan for comment, but has not heard back. The White House says the administration found no evidence of illegal activity, but Democrats calling it hypocrisy.
Okay, so he took the cash, got him on camera too. You can't make this stuff up. They got on camera doing it. All right, here's the cash. Is it 50? It opens it up. And it just counts it out like it's a reality TV show. Guilty as all get out. Then Donald Trump gets word of this. How much did you get? All right. Well, you know you got to give daddy half. All right. You going to give me half of that? Yes, sir. All right. All right, case dismissed. All right, go out there and do it again and get a little more money so you can feed the team, so to speak, right? I mean, you Trump supporters, like I said, God's judgment is truly upon this nation, MAGA, and it's because of you. And that's why I take great pleasure in doing this every morning, all right? And sometimes I don't want to do it, but today is even more special because not one Trump supporter will dare get in my box and condemn, especially, is DJ here? DJ, I expect you front and center today. Get in the box and condemn Tom Howman for taking the $50,000 and then condemn Donald Trump for covering it up, DJ. I promise you won't. I promise none of you MAGA demons will do it because your souls don't belong to the good Lord. They don't belong to God. They belong to who? The devil. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send these Trump supporters once again straight to hell.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
W Zeus. Yeah, y'all could keep lying and saying that I'm getting a script from the DNC and that I'm a DNC shill and all that stuff. I'm going to be honest with you, though. Even if I was, what's that got to do with your soul? What does it mean what I am? No, you really should be focusing on your souls, MAGA. And it's this is entertainment to a certain degree when I do the Lake of Fire. But a lot of y'all genuinely don't understand what's going on right now. And you don't even understand you're really at risk of waking up one day, not waking up one day, and lifting up your eyes in hell. A lot of you Trump supporters, mark my word, are going to hell with gasoline draws on. Yes. And you will not be able to use an excuse when you go meet the good Lord. Lord, I didn't know. No, you were in Zeus's life where him and Takesha and all those other people, agents of light, were telling you, stop worshiping Donald Trump. If you're going to worship somebody, worship God, worship the good Lord. And instead of picking up your Bibles and doing some work, you went over there to Lie Central and started regurgitating the lies and the misinformation that are contributing to your downfall. Yeah. So if you're angry this morning, you're angry for a good reason. That means I'm touching something inside of you that's been craving the truth. That's why you're angry. It ain't been activated in a while, but I just activated. All right. I can activate it because I'm not bound. I'm not bound by the evil, wicked, demonic forces that a lot of you have found yourselves bound by. All right. And if you're finding yourself getting easily triggered, and I see the comment section, a lot of them, they're spewing out. I can see them 1776. Send me a guest request. All right. And clean your mouth. Clean your mouth. All right. I don't need you to show me that you're possessed with the demon. I can see that. I can sense that. All right. And if you can't control the demon, perhaps it's time for you to exit stage left. Yeah. All right. Because if you were really in control of yourself, you would act accordingly. All right. And I've already given you a heads up at the top of the show. Didn't I give every Trump supporter the opportunity?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. So if you're still here, what does that mean? What does that mean if you're still here listening to me? Yeah. I want you to think about it. I'm not going to give you the answer. Now, are there any Trump supporters out there that want to get in the box and try to dance with Big Zeus or any of my panelists and stop all the hate, stop all the deflecting and the distraction? Zeus, you bring up all these people just to dog pile. Well, sometimes it takes that much effort to contain a demon. All right. Batman got Robin. Why can't I have a superhero and some sidekicks or stuff like that? Y'all go out and watch Marvel comics and all that other stuff. You know there's more than one person involved, but you can't deal with it. All right. Oh, Osa's here. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay. I guess Osa decided to come on back to the kingdom. Good morning, Osa. How are you doing? Osa.
I can't complain. TikTok surfing. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Outside of, things that are going on in the world of politics, obviously that's something I'm very concerned about. I'm concerned about the well-being of many Americans in this country. And so I'm hoping that you're coming here to at least try to come to some sort of agreement with me about what's been going on as of late.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Sure.
Okay. Now, I'll start off first with you. What issue would you like me to address this morning?
I think I came in on the part where you were talking about Tom Howman. I think.
Okay.
That's kind of where I came in.
Yeah. Are you here to condemn Tom Howman? Because that would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah. So I'll say, obviously, you can't work within a position of government and then be up.
Is there a
sale.
TV on in the background?
Hold
that
on
Fox
a second.
News?
I'm gonna step outside.
Oh.
I'm gonna step outside. Hold on.
I thought it was Fox News. I think Osa is here in good faith.
There we go. Hold on. Is that better?
I think Osa is here in good faith this time, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So I think when you're in a position of government, I think it's incumbent upon you to make sure that you fulfill your duties to the best of your ability. And if you're in a position where you could just be bought off just like every other politician, then you're corrupting your position, and then you're letting everyone know that you're for sale, and you really can't be trusted. Okay, we can buy you, essentially. And if you can be bought, are you really serving the interests of your constituency, or are you serving the interests of the people that paid you off. Now,
Yeah.
with Tom Howman, so far from what I've read, it's an alleged accusation that he took $50,000 from agents who were posing as business people. And the claim was that, okay, well, if you're ever in a position in office, right, you can maybe help us secure immigration-related government contracts. That was the allegation, I believe. I don't, like I said, it's not like it hasn't been proven conclusively, but
you understand kind of what the plot is. What
yes,
and so do you think he should? Are you saying it was okay for him to take the $50,000?
No, it hasn't been confirmed that he has. So
it
far,
was on
these are
camera.
allegations.
No, it was on camera. He took it. It's on camera. Maybe you didn't hear me say that.
Oh, was there a video of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's wrong for that then. I condemn that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And why did Trump dismiss the case then?
Well, I think this is what we call, and again, this is me being fair here, is what we call pay for play. So, if you are in a position where, people are instrumental in, getting your agenda pushed through or even help getting you elected, then what's going to happen essentially is that, okay, well, you scratch my back, I'm going to scratch yours. Okay, we have this sort of issue that's looming.
I guess I should say, are you okay with Trump having the case dismissed?
No, I'm not. I am most certainly not.
Okay,
but
so now
they said,
we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere, Osa.
Yeah.
So, and then I start thinking about when Trump accepted that airplane from Qatar. Remember that? Because it kind of goes in line with some of the stuff you were. Correct.
Say that one more time.
Remember the airplane Trump got from Qatar?
Yeah, from Qatar. Yeah, it's like a gift from.
So would that fall in line? Would that fall in line also? And I'm pretty sure I'm leaving out a lot of examples of just things.
Well, probably, but then
Trump has done that shows Trump can be bought, right? That's ultimately what I'm getting at, right? He can be bought.
Well, here's the thing. As far to my knowledge, maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. It's not necessarily illegal to accept a gift and be a president of the United States.
Well, then why do we have the emolument clause?
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not illegal for presidents to take gifts. But I can understand why. But to be fair, I can understand why.
The chat is saying, okay, King.
I
mean, the chat is actually in agreement with me saying that it is. And so we can't have our president being bought by foreign countries.
No, I agree. But
right?
But the thing of it is, it's not illegal for a president to take a gift because past presidents have taken gifts too.
No. Actually, it is. That's my whole point. That's the whole point here. So what I'm hearing is you're excusing Donald Trump when he goes against the United States government.
Oh no,
right?
no, I'm not.
Okay, so Trump accepting gifts, you and I agree is bad. It's illegal from foreign governments, correct? Because if it's bad for Tom Howman, Donald Trump has a higher standard, right?
Okay.
And so what we have what we're having is a pattern of Donald Trump showing you he has no regard for the rule of law. Is this enough? Is this enough information based on what you and I have just talked about for you to at least reconsider supporting Donald Trump and to come to your senses and realize that the real criminals in the United States aren't the people of color? It's Trump and his administration, right? That's ultimately what I'm encouraging you and hoping you could come to a conclusion about.
Well, here's the thing. Again, to be fair, I would say depending on the gift and who it's coming from, obviously you're going to look at that with a bombastic side eye, right? And again, if you're talking about,
I look at it.
No, let me finish. Can I finish just real quick? So, like I said, let's say for example, you have maybe the prime minister in UK, and he says, "Okay, I want to bestow upon the president a gift," and the gift is a painting. Can we then sit here and say that, okay, well, based on this gift, this is an expensive painting, he could be bought off? No.
Yeah.
That's BS. What?
No, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So but hold on. Let me finish my statement.
If the paint is worth millions and millions of dollars, the value of the gift is the issue, right? I mean, it could be a penny, it could be millions of dollars. the president accepting it to try to get some sort of deal on the outcome of it, quid pro quo, yeah, there's definitely problems. Why do you think they have to disclose
no
these
leaders?
things?
No, that's what I'm saying. So you're saying because UK, you realize, has given the United States gifts before. Okay, this is not the first time. Yeah. So it's like,
Give me an example of when give me an example of when
So-
the UK gave the United States a gift, and then give me an example when the UK gave Donald Trump a personal gift.
Yeah, I don't know about Trump in particular, but I do know about Biden.
Oh.
So under Biden, I'm not sure exactly what the gift was. I can look it up to verify it. But
we can't bring Biden into this. Here we go again. I mean, it's always that. Listen,
no,
Osa,
because you said it's wrong for a president to accept it, and I'm telling you it isn't.
Yeah.
It's not illegal for a president to accept gifts.
okay. So let me go. Let's go to our friends and see what they say. Are you getting me the information about what Biden got?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Yes.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that. There we go. Hold on. Oh, so hold on.
Okay. So let me read it for you. So let me read it for you. So it says
Okay.
under the U.S. Yeah.
Okay. So the U.S. Constitution and federal laws, set strict rules on gifts for the president. Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8, the Emolument Clause prohibits federal officers, including the president, from accepting gifts, payments, or titles from foreign governments without congressional consent. This applies to the president's official capacity to prevent foreign influence. All right, so that's what I'm reading. What do you got? Osa, are you still there?
Here it is. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. So Barack Obama received gifts from Middle Eastern leaders.
Oh, so I thought it was Joe Biden.
Yeah, I got the president wrong. But then, oh wait, no,
Now it's
no, I
Obama.
didn't. Yeah, no, here it is. Yeah, Joe Biden has received gifts like a $12,000 silk carpet from Afghanistan's president during his vice presidency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a gift. So you could do it. It's just you need congressional approval.
Okay,
but they've done that though.
Okay. So you didn't add the congressional approval part, right?
Yeah, but you said it was illegal outright. I said no, it's not.
No,
illegal.
you know it is illegal outright. You just can't go around and accept gifts, right? Unless you got the approval from Congress.
But the fact is that with the congressional approval, they did still receive the gift.
Okay, so you're saying Congress approved Donald Trump to have the jet?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Slow down. I don't know about that one.
Okay, so what's the jet doing here? What's the plane doing here?
Yeah. So if there's no congressional approval, then obviously you have to look at that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you don't.
So here we go. We've done the Democrat shuffle, and we're still right kind of back where I needed you to be. Are you willing to acknowledge Donald Trump is not obeying the laws when it comes to accepting gifts too? And this perhaps could be why Tom Howman thinks it's okay to do that. And don't you have any concern that, you know what, other elected officials in Trump's orbit could be doing this as well?
Yeah, I do. But
Okay.
then, most certainly.
Okay,
but then I have
okay.
a question for you.
No. So no.
If I could
we're
ask,
done.
if I could,
Why are you
hold
still
on.
supporting
not
him?
Quite. Not quite.
Well, you've already answered my questions. Why are you still supporting him if you know he's breaking the law?
But hold on. Because why hasn't anyone brought this to light? If it's illegal, why hasn't anyone brought any attention to this? Why hasn't anyone said, you know what, you're wrong, and this is illegal for you to accept this? Clearly, there has to be a disconnect.
I've brought it.
You did, but what about Congress? How come no one in Congress brought it up?
Oh, you're talking about the MAGA, the actual cult members that are
Anybody
in the cult?
within the Democratic Party? Nobody's brought this up.
Okay,
Who's brought
I'll
this up?
bring it. I'll explain it
Yeah.
to you, Osa. A lot of the Trump people that are in his orbit, especially, they're afraid of getting on Donald Trump's bad side, right? At any moment, you know how the cult works. If he designates you a threat, he'll get rid of you. So perhaps that's a reason, right? Why hasn't Pam Bondi really released those Epstein files? Have you ever thought about this stuff? Why is Kash Patel covering up what happened, with Charlie Kirk You ever thought about that?
Hold on, you cut in and say that again. You cut in and out. Sorry.
I said. So, if let's just say if Pam Bondi released the Epstein files, what do you think would happen to her?
To her?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what would happen to her? That's a very interesting question. I would say it depends on who's on the files.
She would be attacked by MAGA, the cult. Right?
So are you saying it's only just MAGA Republicans on the files and not Democrats?
No.
Is that your position?
No. See, now there you go again. Oh, so and I get it. This is very hard for you. You don't want to come to grips and admit Donald Trump is actually a corrupt person. Am I right?
Well, like I said, so far,
and then you don't want to do the extra thing. You don't want to do the extra thing and then stop supporting him.
No,
right?
because the thing is,
you
I
don't want to do that.
Condemn. No, but hold on, let me make my argument. I'll try to be quick as possible. Now, if he's been found unlawfully guilty of receiving gifts per se, then it would have come out by now. How come it hasn't? Is what I'm saying.
No, here's the thing, Osa.
How come he
it's
has?
Funny,
Osa,
it's funny that
I'm asking. I'm being fair. I'm asking.
Now the threshold is he has to be found guilty. Well, Trump was found guilty, and you still support him, right? So you don't care about that, right?
Guilty of what now?
Trump was found guilty. Trump was found guilty of crime, real crime, and you don't care.
Okay, is it impeachable?
In my opinion, high crimes and misdemeanors.
In your
definitely,
opinion, yeah. 34 counts business documents is not an impeachable offense, my friend.
So and this goes to the point where I'm saying, so obviously crime doesn't matter to you, and you should just lean into that, Osa, and admit that you don't care. You don't care if it's a crime being committed, if it's Donald Trump or a MAGA. You don't care. That's your shtick.
You do realize he's not the only politician who's been a criminal. You realize that, right?
Osa. Here's the thing, and this is what gets me. Instead of just owning it, right? Wearing your badge with honor, you want to do this thing and start pointing out other people, bro. Just say what's really going on here. I support Donald Trump being a criminal. And I just love it, the fact that it's him getting away with it. That's really what this is. Because everything you're trying to come up with to justify why you're doing it, it doesn't actually make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't add up. You get what I'm saying? You got evidence that he committed the crimes. Now you're sitting there saying, oh, well, these are crimes that I wouldn't consider crimes. Therefore, I wouldn't consider them impeachable offenses. So therefore, I'm justified in supporting him. No, it's a crime. You would be locked up if you did it. If you did what he did, bro, you would be sitting in the bottom of a jail cell somewhere. Okay. You know that, right?
Okay.
You know that, right?
All right.
Do you at least agree? If you did what he did, you would be rotting in a jail cell. You know that.
Which crime? You're talking about the
any of them?
Crime?
Man, if you got indicted for classified documents, do you think you would be able to run for president?
I could still run for president.
No,
because you could still. They're politicians that still have been able to obtain successful positions, and they're felons.
Oh, so
and they're able to. But in his case, it's a little bit of a different case. But now, watch this. Can I ask you a question? And I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be fair. Let me ask you this.
Here's the thing.
Hold on a second.
No, you can ask the question, and then I got to try to move it on. But here's the thing that bothers me about this conversation. It's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable in a way because there's things that I just want to say, but I can't say it because it's TikTok.
I'm all for making sure.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wasn't done. It's TikTok, and I can't say it. Maybe other people will say it, but I'm sitting here going, why is Osa sitting in my face trying to pretend like his lived experience here in the United States of America isn't what we all know it is? Right? I asked a very simple question. Do you think that you could basically steal classified documents and run to be president? And it must have done a number on you because you're now starting to talk about stuff I'm not really interested in talking about. I need you to answer these questions.
Classified documents? Okay, let me be fair here.
I need you. I need to make sure this stuff is registering.
Okay. Was he guilty of that?
I said indicted. Did you hear what I said? I said indicted. If
indicted.
King Osa, if you were indicted for stealing classified documents, do you in your right mind really think you would have the opportunity to run to be the president of the United States too?
Of course.
Be honest.
Yes.
You
Yes.
think you would? All right. Well, I'm done with the conversation.
Of course.
Because
No. You're not trying to. You're muting me, and you're not really listening to what I have to say.
Osa,
and you're not really giving me an opportunity
because
to really
because
you keep talking over me.
No, I'll let you say what you need to say.
Yeah,
I'll let you
I'm gonna say this, and this is me being fair.
I'm not going to sit here and
he's
allow
guilty,
a brother. Listen, I can't let a brother lie like that. I just can't do it. A brother, and you present as black. I can't let a brother sit up here and convince me he would be able to run to be. You won't even without that. You probably couldn't run. How you think that's going to actually help you?
America, listen.
Can you
okay,
stop
let me
lying?
be for real.
Can you? Yes.
Can I?
Well, can you go back and answer that question correctly?
Yes, I believe it. Yes, because look at America. You can be dirt poor and then come out and be a multimillionaire over freaking night. Bad Baby, who ended up on freaking what was that show? Dr. Phil, Catch Me Outside. How about that? She made $1 million in 24 freaking hours. You could be anybody and do anything in America. This is America. You could be anybody and do. Now, to go back to what you now, I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna close my statement. Now, if Donald Trump is guilty, lock him away and throw away the key. But my question for you, because there's no room for any type.
He is guilty.
Let me finish. There's no type of room for anybody within the presidential seat to be corrupt and to break the law. Now, having said that, receiving pro se gifts for exchange of services, that's illegal and it's impeachable. Why hasn't he been impeached for that?
He will
if what
be
you're saying is true.
In midterms.
If he's guilty, impeach him.
Okay. So let me ask this. Do you support the last time he got impeached twice? You remember those 2 times? He was impeached twice.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Were you okay with that? Because he was guilty.
I didn't have a problem with it. Listen, I didn't have a problem with it. I didn't have a problem with it.
Okay. So he was guilty as hell when he was impeached for withholding the aid from Ukraine and for what he did on January 6th.
Well, apparently he wasn't guilty because he's still in office now.
No. Because of you. That's my point.
What do you mean it's because of me?
Okay.
I'm not in Congress.
No,
I don't have a 2/3 majority vote. I'm not in Congress. I have nothing to do with that.
Do you support Trump?
Well, he's the president.
No, Osa. See, I can't do this. Okay, so say yes. Then thank you.
He's the president, so yes.
Okay.
If it was Kamala and she's in the position, I'll support her too.
Why?
You know why? Because they're the president. I have respect for the president of the United States.
Osa.
Whoever is in there, I will support them.
Osa.
If it's Kamala, if it's Barack Obama, if it's Joe Biden. And listen, I can't say I agree with everything Joe Biden did, but I'm like, you know what? I have to respect the position. He's the president.
Okay, Osa, check this out, bro. So you support a president that you know was already impeached twice, right?
Yes.
So what would him being impeached again change in your world?
So here's the thing: if he's impeached and he's found, I finish?
If you could answer my questions, what I'm trying to say is this.
But you interrupted me.
Well, because I can tell you're not answering my question.
I'm about to answer the question. You gotta let me answer.
Okay, but if you're not answering the question, and then I have to navigate this in the interest of time, right? Because other folks, I need to make sure I get to these other people up here. What I'm trying to make sure is you understand that I don't buy this nonsense that if he were to be impeached now, you would stop supporting him. Because there have been 2 instances in which he was impeached, and it actually made you support him more. You get what I'm saying?
No, that's not. No.
You voted for. Did you vote for Trump this last election?
I did.
Okay, so that's what I meant. Yes. Okay, you see how I made that clear? You knew he had been impeached twice, and you still went and voted for him. Correct? So a person that could think
an impeachment. Okay.
Hold on, a person that could think would say Osa is the type of person, right, that would see Donald Trump being impeached and still say, I'm still going to support him. So even if he was to get impeached now, I don't think that would stop you from supporting him, because your behavior shows that no matter what Trump does, you will support him. You get what I'm saying?
True. That's not true. Now, I have to stop you. That's not true. That no matter what he does, I'm going to support him. If he is found in the Epstein files and he's found in as far as doing something illicit, with children or whatever the case may be, he would effectively lose my support.
Okay.
That's it.
Time out.
So
Say
I don't know.
Say that again.
So,
Say that part again.
I'm gonna say it again. I'm going to say it again, okay? Because people think I'm just some blind MAGA follower. No. Listen, if he is on those files and there's any type of evidence that's linking him to any illicit activity, I will no longer support him. I'm like, nah, bro, I can't mess with you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Going back to the impeachment.
I want to make sure you're aware that Pam Bondi back in May told him he was in those files. So could you please now denounce your support for Trump, because the evidence is there. Yeah, he's
what did she say?
Okay. She said he's in those files. She told him to his face. She commandeered 1,000 FBI agents, and they combed through all the files, and they said, "Sir, you're in those files." So we have enough evidence. So Osa, now you wouldn't be up here lying to Big Zeus, would you?
No. But
okay, so
you
know he's in those files, right?
But let's stop here. So, is there evidence to show that, number one, he's in them, and number two, he's done any type of illicit activity with children or the Epstein Island or having any connection with that? Is there any evidence? I'm prepared to hear you out, bro. Okay. But if you're just going with some allegations with no proof, then I can't go with it.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with the birthday book?
I heard about that, the birthday book.
And the letter in the birthday book.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
And so what is your thoughts around that letter? Do you think Trump wrote that letter, or do you think
I'll say it's possible. I'll say it's possible.
Wait.
So I'll say it's possible. Yeah.
No, I didn't. I just straight up right now. Do you honestly,
I just told you it's possible. No. Anything is possible.
No, Osa.
Anything seriously. Is possible. Maybe he was. Maybe he did.
Be definitive, please. I need a solid yes.
I can't say yes or no because I don't know.
You know.
That's my definitive answer.
No, I reject that. I reject that wholeheartedly and emphatically. You know, but you can't bring yourself to do it, Osa. And this is what I say.
Listen, if he was guilty, I say it right now.
No, you can't say it. The problem is
people are saying that they know stuff that they don't know.
Why
with no type of evidence? It's just a whole bunch of speculation and allegations.
Why would he say he didn't know anything about the book, Osa, and then sue the Wall Street Journal, and then only for Congress to get the book through subpoenaing the estate, and then we see the letter, and it's been confirmed by lawyers that that's his signature? What don't you know? What don't you know?
Okay, so he has a book. It's a birthday book. It's written to Epstein saying, hey, here's cheers to all the good old times, all this other stuff. Clearly they know each other.
No.
Wait a minute. You interrupted. Wait a minute. You don't even know what I'm saying. You got to listen to me.
You're making up a narrative that's not true about what's in that book.
You talking over me, though. I'm a very fair man, Zeus.
No, you're not. You're not telling the truth. You're not being honest.
I am one. I am one, but you're
not being honest.
Here's the thing. If he's guilty, listen to me. Hold on. If he's guilty, I just told you, lock his ass the hell up and throw away the key, bro. Okay? If he's guilty of any type of illicit activity, any type of illegal activity with children, breaking the law, any of that, lock him up and throw away the key. Him and the people that helped him. That's it.
Osa. And I appreciate the passion, but you can also be foolish and passionate, right? And what I'm here to do is to knock the dust and the brakes off of all that stuff you got going on that's sending you in the wrong direction and getting you to start understanding that I'm not easy to manipulate and bamboozle and hoodwink, bro. All right. Now, I'm going to say this again, and you can take it how you want to, or you can reject it however you want to. Donald Trump wrote the letter. All right. It's his signature. He said he knows what Epstein's secret is. And Enigma's never unalive. All right. And if you look up the word enigma, it's an anagram for the word gamine, which means young girl. All right. You can go look this stuff up yourself if you aren't too scared and chicken to look at the evidence, because you know what happens if you look at the truth. You don't want to find out. It's like this. You don't want to find out somebody's doing something wrong to you that you love. Right. So you're just going to ignore and sweep it under the rug. I'm telling you to grow up. Stop acting like this stuff is all fantasy and fiction when it's slapping you all in your face. Let me ask you another question, Osa. Let me ask you, what do you think about Todd Blanche meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell?
Who's that?
His deputy attorney general, or AKA his former personal lawyer. What do you think about him meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell, which resulted in her being sent to Club Fed, getting out of that one prison she was in and getting sent to a minimum security prison where she's getting treated like a princess there? What do you think about that, Osa?
Okay, so what's the relevance of that? Okay, they met. What did they talk about when they met?
No, I'm just asking you, what do you think about Donald Trump basically setting her up to be pardoned? Right? She's a convicted child trafficker. Because your narrative is, if Trump is really in these files and he's done something unthinkable, I would stop supporting him. And every single time I throw a scenario at you that shows Donald Trump is in the files and that there's a good chance he's done something, you panic, you put your head in the sand.
But you see what you just said? You said what you heard.
You can't do it.
Listen to what you just said. You said there's a chance that he did something.
Let me ask you this.
You didn't say he did something. You said there's a chance.
What about this?
Which means speculation.
Okay, so
that's speculation. You are speculating that he did something based on what you think might be an affiliation. That is not evidence.
Are you willing to go to hell for this? Are you willing to go to hell for this, Osa? Are you willing to basically be damned to hell for supporting Donald Trump? Because this is alarming. Let me play this for you.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
And I play.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
What more evidence do you need? What more, as a person, as a grown man, what more evidence do you need? And I know this hurts you to do this, and I've known you for a while, right? And outside,
for sure.
But I know it really has hurt you to understand that nothing you can say to me would ever get me to change my values and compromise my soul like you're doing for Donald Trump. All right?
I'm not compromising my soul for anyone.
No,
I reject that notion.
You've done it, Osa. And
I didn't sign my name in blood to the devil, to Donald Trump, and all. No.
Well, then you.
I just felt like he was the best candidate, and I said, you know what? Let me give him a try.
So you want to admit
After
you've been
years of voting
manipulated?
Democrat.
So do you want to acknowledge perhaps you've been manipulated? I'll give you an out. Let's just go ahead and say, Osa, you've been manipulated.
I think this entire U.S. population has been manipulated.
No.
Myself
Speak for
included.
yourself. Speak for. Okay. Can you make it more local? I, Osa, have been manipulated by Donald Trump and his cult. Just admit it.
No, I'll say this.
Okay, so you want to be wise in your own eyes. Okay.
You know what? No, you know what I'll say here?
What?
For a very long time, I've been manipulated by the mainstream media because they put out narratives and stories that are false and that are not true. So now it gives me no other choice than to say, you know what? I have to think for myself and draw my own conclusions. Now, what you might be saying is true. Maybe he is guilty of some illicit activity. Maybe I'm wrong. And if he is, lock him up.
Osa, listen, bro. This has possibly been one of the more interesting conversations you and I have had on my show. This is definitely one for the history books, but I'm going to give you some advice, and I got to do it. I got to send you to hell, bro. I got to. You have to be able to be honest with yourself at the end of the day as a grown man. All right? I get it. We all cheer and do these things. But when a person,
so you're gonna throw me in the pit, huh? You're gonna throw me in the pit of fire.
When a person, because you can't acknowledge your own failures, right, bro? You can't. I've asked you to take advantage of the out that I was giving you and just say, I admit I've been manipulated by Donald Trump. And you want to say we all have been, and I go, this is not a man that actually understands how accountability works. This is a man who is a professional to a certain degree of obfuscating and knowing how to shift the blame. And as far as I'm concerned, that's contrary to the words and the message that I'm doing on this platform, right? We take accountability.
Or perhaps maybe you might be manipulated.
I am?
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. Well, Osa, here's the deal. Unfortunately.
See, I'm willing to admit that I have been. And you?
Yeah. Oh, I used to, but I'm not being manipulated currently like you are. All right. So in the meantime,
I'm not.
In between time,
I think for myself. I think for myself.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't believe what the media says.
Okay. Yeah. Well, take this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send Osa straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right. That's a huge W. Oh, so that's crazy work you're doing right there, bro. But honestly, my assessment of that is if you can't be honest with yourself, Osa, this means there's a larger issue, and you can try to mask it all you want, but it'll always come up, and you'll never ever pass this level in life because you'll always try to blame other people. Where you are now, I've been there and done that, and I just don't have any time to continue to invest in that. But I hope you value the conversation that I was giving you, and I hope you do wake up and acknowledge that all the things that you try to say you stand for and represent, none of us believe it because there's so many things out here that you're doing that proves otherwise. All right, huge WZ. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Who do we got? Can y'all believe it? Gregory. You want to come up here finally, Gregory? Wow. I didn't know Gregory could get in the box. Gregory, come on up here, bro. I could get some. Oh, this is. Yeah, Gregory, welcome. Gregory. Gregory. Hey, Gregory, you're on my show. This is Big Zeus. The one you idolize and worship, Gregory. You're in the box. Speak, Gregory. Can't do it. He didn't know. Gregory didn't know. He must have accidentally sent a guest request to Big Zeus. This is one of my biggest antagonizers, ladies and gentlemen. So, Gregory, I just got to thank you because the devil obviously fears the light when he sees it, and the devil is trembling right now in that box. And so, what I'll do is this, ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up this lake of fire for this demon in the box, Gregory, who worships Donald Trump worse than Osa. All right, but somehow tripped, fell, and stumbled and ended up in the box to be judged by Big Zeus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that we send deranged Gregory, MAGA-possessed demon himself, straight to hell!
Silence,
Goodbye, Gregory.
you MAGA demon.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring up our good friend Nutty. Good morning, Nutty.
Good morning. So that fool stayed on this panel for almost an hour, and he managed to do two things for me. I lost brain cells and patience listening to Osa. So let's talk about this supposed rug that Vice President Biden received, right?
Yeah.
Osa, I know you're still lurking. Where is that rug today, Osa? Here's the important question. Where is that rug today? Do you think it's at Rehoboth Beach over there in Delaware where the now former president's home is? It is not. It is in the National Archives. Any gift that is given to the president of the United States, or i.e. the vice president of the United States, it goes to the National Archives. Even though it's a gift to them, it's a gift to the office in which they hold. So therefore, those gifts belong to the American people. It is a gift to the American people. Former First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, she received this beautiful diamond pendant that has a value of almost $30,000. Where is that pendant today? It's not in her jewelry case at home. It is in the National Archives.
Yeah.
So you cannot, as a former federal employee, you cannot accept any gifts over $20. In fact, Zeus, you pulled it up. When you pulled it up and you spoke about the emoluments clause. This is why we have the emoluments clause, because we do not want our federal employees to be bought because they have the proximity to power being with the federal government.
Yeah.
And then when you are the president and the vice president of the United States of America, if you are a congressman or a senator, you are in power to effect, and here I'm going to trigger Swerve in here, to effect and affect change.
Yeah. You hear that? W Nutty, ladies and gentlemen. Osa. Osa, I hope you're listening to Nutty. Do you buy what he was saying that he would stop supporting Trump if he found out if Trump was in those files? Do you really believe that, Nutty?
We know he a damn lie. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. He's a damn lie.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Zeus. There is no way on God's green earth that he would actually change his mind about the regime that's in power right now when you put him there in the first place, knowing everything that he was number one accused of, number two indicted on, number three convicted of. So with those facts, with facts alone, there's nothing else this man can do that will make him lose his support.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing. Because if you will elect him with all of that.
I think there's a delay. A delay.
So if you will elect him with all of.
Are you there, Nutty? I can't hear him. Can anyone hear Nutty? I can't hear him. Anybody hear Nutty? Nutty, I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Earth the Nutty, we just lost you. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we can't hear you, Nutty. Where did you go, WC? Can you hear me? Can't hear him. All right. Let's see. Okay, there he is. He's back. All right. Yeah, I think you're in a bad spot, bro.
Oh, I was still there. You were frozen, but the audience still heard me.
Okay. No, they said they couldn't hear you, but now we can hear you.
Okay, but there's no way in the world, Zeus. Just come out and say there's nothing that he can do that you're going to lose his support on. He's going to lose your support on.
Yeah.
We already know. Just come out and say, hey, I don't support the United States of America. I support this one man. Now, I don't know what it is about this one man in particular, because listen, I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican.
Amen.
There has been some people throughout our history that has held the seat of the presidency that were competent. We may not have liked their politics.
Yeah.
I.e. George W. Bush.
Yeah.
Because Zeus, there was a point in time I thought that he was going to go down as the dumbest and the worst president in the United States history. But then here comes Donald Trump. He said, hold my freaking toupee.
Yeah. I thought that about George Bush as well, Nutty. And now what we're seeing right now, it's one of the worst things I could ever imagine. It's a scary movie. It's a circus, right? Being ran by a clown. And what's alarming is that you have people like Osa, right, who will not hold him accountable, and you would imagine there's something going on inside these people, right, where they just seem to not feel like looking at him in a critical way, and they could continue to excuse his bad behavior. You're going, what the heck happened to you?
Zeus, I long for the day of George W. That's crazy to even say those words, to hear those words come out of my mouth. Really? I long for the days of George W. Bush. Because even though we did not agree with his politics, we did not agree with anything that man did or said.
Right.
However, one thing that we could not do, we could not claim that he was so incompetent that the United States was in danger or in peril of losing its democracy. The one thing that George W. did not do, he did not come after the democracy of the United States of America. He did not crap on the United States Constitution. And you claim to love the Constitution, but George W. did not crap on the United States Constitution.
Wow. I mean, and this is alarming, Nutty, coming from you of all people, because you've been pretty, intense here and there, but that's a very powerful statement. Does anyone think George Bush is better than Donald Trump?
That's not even a question.
Do we think George Bush is better than Donald Trump? Do we think he's better than?
Listen. You want Nutty to go nutty? Let me go nutty for you. I would rather have Andrew Jackson back over this clown that we have in the White House right now. I would rather, if you know your history, if you know, you know the history behind Andrew Jackson.
So what you're saying is, in your opinion, Trump is the most dangerous president we've ever had.
This is the most dangerous regime in the United States history. In fact, I'm gonna go 30 steps further. This is the most dangerous regime in world history. Right here, right now. This is the most dangerous regime. Why is it the most dangerous regime, Nutty? It's the most dangerous regime because the United States presidency, that office in it of itself, it is the most powerful office on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
It is the most powerful office on the planet Earth. So when the president speaks from that pulpit, the world listens.
Look, the whole chat agrees with you. The whole chat agrees with you, Nutty.
Because I only spit facts. Yes, I may be passionate in my feelings, but this is not me just giving an opinion. I'm telling you factual statements. Because we can go history after history after history. We can bring Shay up in here. She's the history professor. And she will tell you, she will back up everything that I'm saying.
Wow.
This man is trying to go back into emperor status, where he's trying to go back to the Roman Empire, where the emperor status actually ruled most of the world. Wow. This is what he's trying to do. This is why this regime is the most dangerous regime on the planet Earth. This man is more dangerous than Kim Jong-il. He's more dangerous than Vladimir Putin. He is more dangerous than Erdogan over in Turkey. This man is more dangerous than all of them. The only difference is, Zeus, he just wishes he had half the brains those dictators have.
Wow.
That's the only difference.
Wow.
He does not have the brains that those men, those other dictators, he doesn't have the brain that they have because he is certifiably stupid.
Wow.
And so this whole thing yesterday, when we listened to the real president, Stephen Miller.
Oh.
At CK's memorial. First of all, that was not a memorial. That was a rally. This man, what was he up there preaching? Who is they? Who is they have woken a sleeping giant? Who is they? Because the last time I checked, the perpetrator, whom I think, there's something nefarious there, the perpetrator that supposedly did this, they have him in jail right now, correct?
That's what I was told. What I was told.
So who is this war being declared against? Who is it being declared against? And if y'all listen to his language, the man spoke dog whistles from the moment he got to that podium. Because even though he didn't say this word itself, when I heard it in my brain. He kept saying white people. It was all about white people. White people. Getting rid of anyone
you
that
hear that?
wasn't
You
white.
hear that, Osa? You hear that, brother? All right. This is crazy. This is crazy.
I'm out of here because Osa took an hour of the kingdom's time when other people want to come up and school that little bleepity bleepity bleep. So I'm gonna get out of here and let somebody else come up here and school that fool too.
All right. W Nutty. Osa left the building. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my good friend, Brother Nutty. All right, no lies detected. All right. Do we have anybody else out there? Any Trump voters out there? Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. All right. Come on up here. Somebody said, Osa, you're not white. He's not white. Osa, okay, I'll say it. Osa, you're not white. W Zeus. He's gonna find out. He'll find out, and then when he does, don't come over to Kingdom. Please help me. Need you to start a GoFundMe. No. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Anybody out there still supporting Donald Trump? Anyone still think the economy is doing great? We want to hear from you because, I'm not going to let it go. Grocery prices are going through the roof. Our utility bills are going through the roof. We don't feel safer as a country every time you turn on the news and you look at what's going on. People are going, what in the heck happened? Yeah, the farmers. Look at the farmers. So where are the people out here that are because his poll numbers they say are down to 52%, and that's just one poll, and you got to go. Well, obviously that poll really isn't getting deep into what's going on, but even at that level, there's seriously an issue. Where's MAGA at this morning? I guess MAGA doesn't have anything to say this morning. All right, fair enough. We'll continue this right wing or this left wing echo chamber. 39%. Wow. Good morning, Shay.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Someone said 40%. Wow. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's in the 30s. But yeah, the 52 is the
disapproval.
Yeah, the disapproval rating. Yeah, he's in the 30s on his approval rating, and his ratings have dropped so bad. As far as the lowest, because normally people like, I give him okay on the immigration, okay on economics, right?
Right.
Those are both in the tank. So, I know MAGA's all charged up over the Charlie Kirk memorial, and they're just feeling all this, we're together, we're unstoppable now.
Right.
Gonna change everything. Love is in the air. Na, 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 na.
Thank you. Yeah, that's how they are right now, right?
Oh, they're just so feeling it right now. Oh my God. And the Rapture's coming tomorrow, everybody. So I want y'all, have y'all found Rapture talk yet?
Wow. It's really happened. They think the Rapture is tomorrow.
Oh, they do. Zeus, they do. There's literally some of them posting that they don't know what's going to happen to their dogs.
Okay, listen. So the devil's coming to collect tomorrow. Okay, go ahead, get them, take them all. Like I said, Shay, I really do believe a lot of these folks, they're not going to be here midterms because Donald Trump is going to destroy every single one of his supporters with the nonsense, right?
Oh yeah. No, half of them. Yeah. This is just funny. They're selling off. They're quitting their jobs. They're selling off their worldly possessions.
Good.
They're saying goodbye. They're buying Bibles at the dollar store. No, were sold at the dollar store.
Yeah.
And writing notes for all their loved ones that have not accepted Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. Going to be left behind. They are.
I shouldn't laugh. But
no, I'm seriously. Y'all go on Rapture Talk because the amount of comments from people, the funniest thing I've seen was they're like, okay, so what happens if you're inside a building? Like, does your head, because supposedly you're floating up, right?
Yeah. Oh, they think they're going, this is crazy.
You think your head's going to be hitting the ceiling like several times, deflate and go out the window like a balloon does? How is this going to work?
Wow. They think they're gonna float on up there to heaven, huh? With no spacesuit, huh? They're gonna fly past the moon, past the sun into heaven. Wow.
The funniest thing I saw was somebody said, let's get a bunch of blow-up dolls and put helium in them.
Oh.
Release all these blow-up dolls into the air, and then people will just start screaming and running. I'm like, why didn't someone do that at the Charlie Kirk Memorial in Glendale, Arizona? That would have been funny to watch.
Yeah. Wow. I gotta go look at this. Shay. And under normal conditions, I would be very concerned. But there has to be some sort of consequence for voting for Donald Trump. So Osa, get your balloons, bro. You're on your way. All right, seriously.
Get your balloons, yeah.
W. Shay.
Now make sure you stand outside all day tomorrow.
Why?
Just make sure you're outside all day tomorrow, because I'd hate for you to have to be hitting your head. That's got to be painful. That'd be a painful way to exit and join Jesus. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But anyway, so good luck tomorrow for all of you that sold all your stuff and quit your jobs. But we can't help these people. But anyway, back to the ridiculousness that we watched yesterday. And listen, I watched it because I am a Christian, right?
Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, let's see. It's all good. The beginning of it, it's nice, little praise worship. It's all that. Oh, okay, that's really good.
Right.
And then up comes all the administration and the speakers. Stephen Miller talking about violence, talking about, horrible rhetoric. And, they talk about being an army. One of them got up there and called Kirk his commander. He was my commander. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
They're all talking about weapons and shields and armor and all of this stuff. And then Trump, of course, gets up there and informs everybody that he hates his opponents, hates them. told Charlie Kirk, nope, I'm not going to love or forgive. I hate them just hate them. And this is why. So MAGA, let me be real clear to you, those of you recording all this, because I know you are.
Yeah.
Hi, Trey, by the way. So they, what was I going to say? I love when my brain snips out. When you guys ask us all the time, why do y'all hate this man so much?
Yeah.
Why do you hate him? Why do you spend all this time talking about Trump? I voted for him. I don't even talk about Trump as much as you people do.
Oh.
Why do you hate him? Well, yeah, TDS, exactly. So this is why. And I don't hate the man. I want him out of office. I don't hate the man. I don't wish anything bad upon him.
Yeah.
I just want him out of office because we care. Exactly. Because he hates us. He made it very clear. And I want you all to listen to us. All of you that are just sitting here going TDS and you just hate this man and all of this stuff. No, the problem is the minute he got into office, he made it very clear that he hates half the country. He made it very clear that he is not president of the United States. He's president for Republicans only. He's made that very clear. His handling of COVID, red versus blue states, red versus blue governors, red versus this, whether we got the machines and the respirators, whether we got help, whether we got vaccines, whether we got masks, whether we got all that stuff. He made that so clear. He makes it clear every time there's a natural disaster.
Yeah.
And he has to release FEMA money. He had to have people tell him, "Oh, sorry, you do have Trump supporters that live in California." Oh,
Yeah.
okay, fine, send him money.
Wow.
He has made that clear in every single speech, in every single rally, in every single tweet, in every single truth.
Get him, Shay. Get him, Shay.
Everything he has said out of his mouth is that he hates the left, that he hates anyone that does not vote for him. But as a constitutional and as a historian, I will tell you one thing very clear.
Go ahead.
When you do swear that oath as president of the United States, you swear it to the United States people.
Amen.
And to our Constitution. It doesn't matter who put you in office. You ridiculous person.
Yep.
So stop telling us, why do you hate him? You're just obsessed and you're TDS. Wake up.
Thank you.
He said it. We hear it all the time. And you guys got butthurt over one speech that Biden made with the red, white, and blue, but he happened to be standing in the middle of the red.
Yeah.
And you guys pictured Biden with red behind him like he's a demon, and he's talking about how he hates MAGA and he hates the Republican Party. When that's not what he said out of his mouth. And meanwhile, you forget about January 6th.
That part.
And you forget about taking his victory and almost causing him to lose his life and lose his chance of being president. Because you were lied to by that narcissistic man and you believed in him.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
you believed him. And this is the problem that we have. And listen, this is what is so sad to me as I watch all of you file in, so many of you file in and watch that ridiculous rally yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? That you think that all of this, see how much we love each other and see we don't protest. Well, what would you have protested? Like Nutty brought up. Who is they?
It's to me when he says that it's MAGA. Donald Trump doesn't trust all Republicans, right? Some of them he goes right after. And you got to imagine he's very, very paranoid. I was telling people earlier, I was watching, Mussolini, the last 24 hours of his, life. And things happened real fast. I didn't know this, but and it starts with the inner circle. It starts with the inner circle. All right. Dev. Yeah. MAGA, Trump is paranoid. Wouldn't you say? He's pretty paranoid right now because Pam Bondi isn't doing her job according to what we saw he posted, right? He wants her to go after the people he believes are an immediate threat to his safety, and she's not doing it because she has to roll the dice and say, do I think Donald Trump is going to win the midterms or not, right? Right?
Right.
Because if he doesn't win the midterms, if the MAGA doesn't win the midterms and the Democrats get in, there's going to be a lot of accountability, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, when that DM got released on Truth Social, and he immediately deleted it, but not before everybody got a hold of it.
Yeah.
To his attorney general, he literally told her to go after his political enemies. But he said that on the rallies. He said it.
Yeah.
So people like Osa and everybody and DJ and everybody comes up here and makes excuses for this man. We're the only ones really listening to him. We're the only ones really listening to the words that are coming out of their mouth, his mouth. Yeah. They're not listening to him. I don't know how many times we debate. I didn't hear what he said. I didn't see his truth. How many times does that happen? Every time. Did you hear what he said today? No. Did you see what he tweeted today? No. Did you hear his rally yesterday? No. Did you hear his Oval Office address yesterday? No. They don't listen to him. You know why? Because they don't care what he says. They don't care what he says.
Yeah.
They are in this movement, right?
Yeah.
To supposedly rid this country of wokeness, to hurt people, to annihilate their enemies. They don't care what he says. They don't care that he takes money. They don't care that he's made $10 billion while in office. They don't care that he accepted $1 billion plane or $400 million. Now it's $1 billion to us.
Yeah.
We don't care. You're going to talk about a necklace, Osa? Are you kidding me? And a rug? Are you kidding me compared to a $400 million plane?
Did he get it on camera, Shay? Did they get the rug on camera when he did it? All right. Because, you know, that's how their mind works. They always excuse when it's their fault.
And like Nutty said, all of this is on archives. When you go to a presidential library, guess what you get to see? All the gifts they were given.
And they got to get approved by Congress. And they got to get approved by Congress. And that's the other part. Trump is just taking gifts. And we didn't even get into the crypto business that he's, you know, running behind the scenes to defraud the American people, right? And in the ballroom, I hear we're not paying. He's not paying for it after all. So it's just scam after scam with this man.
Why
all right, Shay.
$200 million of his own money for something he can't use after he's out of office. He's not. You guys are believing in everything, but yes, thank you, Zeus. But it's guys, we just keep going what we're doing, and we're gonna get through this. And we just got to get out and vote, and let's go. So
all right.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, Zeus.
W Shay. Wow, no lies detected. All right, let's see. Who do we got next? Let's see. Do we have any Trump supporters out here? Oh my gosh, look at the time. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here if you don't mind. Put a 1 in the chat and I'll bring you right on up here. Let's see, who do we got next? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I gotta try to squeeze in some of my heavy hitters. Good morning, Takesha.
Hey, sis.
Hey, how you doing, sis?
I'm doing good. How you doing this morning?
I am all right. Another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual.
Let me say this, Zeus. I got 2 things. I'm gonna be real quick because I see the time.
All right.
Yesterday, Donald Trump let us know that he does not want anything but division in this country.
True.
You are at a memorial, and I'm gonna say this. You could tell he lacks compassion. He doesn't even know how to be empathetic to people. Nope. Because when I saw the video of when Erica hugged him, he didn't even know how to embrace her with empathy. He gave her them little 3 pats on the back. He looked so uncomfortable, Zeus, because he doesn't know how to show love, because that heart is so dark that it doesn't know what love is. There was no embracement. There was no empathy shown. There was nothing. That woman fell in his chest. Of course, it probably was fake. But anyway, she fell in his chest, Zeus. And he didn't even know how to embrace her with love.
Wow. I mean, and what you're saying is, it's weird to me because I didn't get to watch it all, but as I thought about it, I was like, they're supposed to be, you know, going over the legacy of someone who's passed away, right? And every time I've been a part of those in one way or another or witnessed it, there's like this coming together feeling you feel, and a little bit of joy, people celebrate. But this wasn't that.
You know what it was, Zeus?
Yeah.
The Lord keep putting stuff on display. He keeps showing us we did many wonderful works in your name.
Yeah.
We taught in your name, and he gonna say, I never knew you. Yesterday was another never knew you moment. You took your hate and attached Jesus to it, and he wasn't nowhere in the building. He was on the outside knocking, saying, hey, I'm trying to get in. He said, I stand at the door and knock.
Yeah.
Whosoever hear me, let me in.
Correct.
He's still knocking today.
Steve J. Takesha is right. You're wrong. Listen up, bro.
All they were doing was spreading more hate and division and trying to attach Jesus to all that hate. What does a 2020 election, what does Joe Biden, and what does you hating your opponent have to do with memorializing a person? Where were Charlie's parents? Where were his parents at his memorial, Zeus? Where are his parents, Zeus? Where?
Anybody got any answers?
Where are the parents? In any of the things that are going, where are the parents, Zeus?
I don't like to peddle in traffic and conspiracy and misinformation.
It's not a conspiracy to ask where the man parents
I know,
were,
but that's
Zeus.
where my mind was gonna go.
It was his
what?
funeral. Where were his parents?
See, you gonna open up a can, and that's where I said I would be trafficking in conspiracy and misinformation, and I don't want to do that because we got, we want to be responsible. But that probably is one of the biggest questions that we all seem to not being able to get answers to.
And let me say this, and then I'm gonna drop.
Wow, this is crazy. I didn't think. I mean, you said it before.
They were nowhere to be found, Zeus. Check this out.
You gonna talk about Grindr crashing too, or no?
Child, I don't even want to talk about how they got them open booties and trying to act like they don't. But listen, Zeus.
All right, we're gonna leave it there.
That's why they talk against them so much, Zeus. Cause they really be who you are. Stop demeaning the neighborhood that you frequent, Zeus. Stop it.
Did you say open? Did you say open borders?
Like you ain't out there in the community, being the community.
Whoa!
Quit demonizing people for who you really are, but trying to hide who you are. Now I'm gonna say that background and leave that alone.
Okay. All right, that's wild because you called them open borders, or you say open behind?
Open booties.
Oh Lord, have mercy! Wow, I didn't think of it, but Lord have mercy. I gotta ask God to. I gotta repent for that because what you just did, Takesha, that's something else. That's diabolical.
I can't play with these people and they fakeness, Zeus. But let me say this and then I'm gonna drop.
Okay.
Erica Kirk says she forgive the guy. Okay, Erica, that ain't what you said the other night, but we'll take it. We'll take you at face value yesterday.
Okay.
And Donald Trump got up there and spread so much hate after that and said he didn't forgive. At the end of that, she should have got back up and condemned him and said, President Trump, we're going to forgive because that's what God requires us to do. She didn't do that, Zeus. Get what?
What?
Everything about yesterday was faker than the makeup that she wore the night that she gave that hateful speech on her platform. I don't believe nothing nobody said yesterday that had anything to do with the Lord. Because them same people that piled in there for Kirk ain't went to no prayer meeting, ain't held no Bible study, ain't went to another country and fed the people. A martyr are the people who believe in God, who believe in Jesus in other countries, who get unalive for that reason. That's what a martyr is, Zeus. They was in there faking yesterday. And God is going to bring down everything that was done in his name that was not in his name. And I'm going to be through with that.
All right. Well, those are words Takesha spoke and delivered to the kingdom. W Takesha. And you know what? I'm gonna do some research after I get offline. I gotta look into where the parents is at, because to me, you line that up with all the other stuff going on from
Where the parents at, Zeus? That's gonna be my question from now until where are the parents?
You didn't see him there because I didn't watch the whole thing, so I ain't gonna act like I did.
They have not been seen since this has happened. They have not even spoken out, Zeus. That is surprising to me that your parents are nowhere to be found and have not made not one statement.
Never. I see, like I said, I got so many ways of looking at this, because you just got to start saying it. What part of this whole thing is real?
None of it. None. The Bible said that the devil will fool the very elect of them. And I'm going to be through with that.
All right, fair enough. All right,
have a great one, Zeus.
She said, I'm going to be through with that. Hey, everybody got to go look into this like I do, all right? But, I've heard some things, but that's one of the things that I kind of honestly say, you know what, I didn't quite hear that. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Where are we at now, ladies and gentlemen? All right, let's move it along. Oh, my goodness, I got to bring up my good friend, Jim. Welcome, Jim. Oh, my God. Showtime. Hey, Jim, how are you doing? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Sorry, I'm still sick. So.
Oh, no, you're fine. Hope you had a great weekend. All right, seriously.
No.
Okay,
COVID
I'm glad
weekend.
you made it here and you fought through whatever it was to get up here. It's always good to hear from you.
So I don't know if you noticed it, but while Osa was talking, there were lots of people talking about how many people were at this function and how many people. And I want to just go from this from a logical standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. That stadium, they said, could hold about 100 to 200,000 people, right?
Okay.
So let's do math. I know it's not a strong suit of the MAGA side, but we're going to do math.
Great.
If there are 340 million people in the United States and 200,000 went to that service, most of which are all the same group of people, the people who are in positions of power,
right,
the people who are Trump supporters or lackeys.
Yeah.
So let's do the math. Do we know the percentage of that?
Well, it's less than 1%. I'll say that much. It's almost close to 0%.
It's literally 0.0588.
Yeah.
588. So the fact that they think they did something, concerts have sold out with more people. Football games have sold out with more people. Actual church retreats have sold out with more people. Gospel choirs have sold out to more people. See, has
Taylor Swift sold out to
tenfold around the world. That's the thing, and that's a great point, right?
Yeah.
But this is the problem with the MAGA mentality, and here's the reckoning that's coming, right? At some point, these folks that think they've got these gotcha moments, they're not going to be able to feed their kids. They're not going to be able to put gas in their cars. They're not going to be able to access healthcare. They're not going to be able to travel on that vacation. They're not going to be able to pay the mortgage or the rent. They're not. And people like Osa, who have lost their way, or Dame, who think that they're somehow going to be welcomed into this flock of whiteness, let's be very clear that that's not going to occur. And it's the same process with the immigration, right? Everybody was so excited about deporting all these migrants and deporting all these hospitality workers and rounding them all up and getting them out of the country.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think the age of labor has been reduced down? Why do you think they want a mass reproduction of specific types of babies? They want them because that is your labor force. That is who will be replacing. So the replacement theory for all of you is that your children and your children's children will be the replacement for the laborers that literally immigrated into this country to work, to support,
Wow.
to provide agriculture,
Oh.
to attend school for the American dream. Okay. And here's the other little caveat to the immigration process, because now he's charging people to come into the country. Now, I ask you,
Wow.
Zeus, because you're a smart man.
I try to
Do
be.
you think poor people can afford $100,000 card to get into a country?
Nope, not at
And
all.
do you think that people who could afford $100,000 card to get into the country would need to come to the U.S. for the American dream?
No.
No, because they already have the money, right?
Yep. They already successful. Yeah.
Exactly. So typically, the people who can afford that are going to be either from family wealth, right?
Yeah.
Foreign family wealth that it has nothing to do with the United States, or it's going to be somebody who's involved in criminal corruption, in espionage.
Oh.
I think we saw this before in a different time set, right? Where this uptick of people that came into the country that were considered mafioso. Do you remember paying their way into the country, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what happened with that?
You see the destruction they wreaked on the country. Crime rates went up through the roof.
So, I mean, people need to start waking up and paying attention to what's actually happening, is that the United States of America is being sold off to the highest bidder. That's what's happening, which is why. And then let's talk about graven images, shall we? Since we want to throw religion into this.
Don't do it.
They literally want you to believe that this guy behind you is worth gold, right? So the graven images of Trump are showing up everywhere. He signs Bibles. He puts his name on Bibles. He has a lapel pin that's gold that he hands out to everybody. The office, the Oval Office, looks like a brothel now, a literal brothel with gold trim everywhere. Like the fireplace has gold on it, and the doors have gold on it, and the picture frames have gold on it, and the chairs have gold on it. At what point do people not recognize that he has not only cheapened the Oval Office, he's cheapened the entire office of the President of the United States, because he is messy and he is corrupt and he is crass and he is gross and he is not worthy of that office. And the fact that we continue to allow this man and his image to be the graven image. But this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Fast forward 10 years from now, and those graven images will be the history books that we teach our children to never repeat for their children and their children's children.
Yeah.
And this isn't just here in the United States. This is throughout the world, that they are uniting and they are turning against the United States of America, not because of the people of the United States, because of the man behind you. And the reckoning is coming. And they are building up in ways. Natural gas in this country has not been sold outside of this country at all. Zero sales in the last 7 months. Wow. That's billions of dollars, you guys. The pipeline that China is working with Russia right now, that conversation, that's happening on the daily. Wow. So make sure that you guys understand what's happening with this man. He is not working for the American people. He is working to sell you out, get as much money as he possibly can for himself and his own family, and then he's done with you. And the destruction will be left behind for every one of us to clean up, and all those veterans that he shat on, all those active duty service members, all those FBI agents, CIA agents, members of Congress, all the people that he literally fired and discarded, those will be the people we lean on to rebuild the nation and put it back better than he left it. Because every single time a Republican is in office, it is the Democrats that come up, bleach the White House, and rebuild. And we are going to have to rebuild every corner of the United States of America. And we're going to have to go out in full force and diplomacy to get this country back on track. And it's going to take decades to fix and rebuild everything that these nasty people have destroyed. And they destroyed it in the name of Christianity, because Christian nationalism is not about Christ. Christian nationalism is about personal power. They are trying to tell you that they are more powerful than true Christians. They're trying to tell you they are more powerful than people of color. They are trying to tell you they are more powerful than migrants. They're trying to tell you they are more powerful than any other religion that gives of itself, whether that's Buddhism or Muslims or I can't think of another religion, Hinduism. So that's what's happening here. And when we wake up, oh wait, we're already woke.
Oh, I like how you did that. Jim.
It's not us that needs to wake up.
Yeah.
Those of us who have spent the better part of 5 years, 10 years talking about what this man was going to do. Hillary said it. Kamala said it. Countless others have come forward to say it. And it's those of us that are already awake that we will finally get to rest and take the next steps to move forward in the nation when all of this is behind us in the history books, never to be repeated. And the laws will literally be stronger than ever. And the Constitution will be formed to be a betterment for the United States of America and all people within its borders, including BIPOC, including women, including the LGBTQIA, including the Muslims, including the atheists, because that's what the word united in United States of America stands for. We put the us in America.
Amen. 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 W Jim, ladies and gentlemen. You get in the box and you cook and book right up there with me, Jim. I gotta give it to you. All right, huge W's, huge W's.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drop because I can barely breathe. But I just want to remind people, and I would not be doing my due diligence as an American citizen to not protect the public health and the collective. If you have not gotten your vaccinations, if you are in a state that offers them, please make an appointment today. Get your children vaccinated. We don't know how long we'll have access to them within this year. This virus is awful. I'm sitting here with my 85-year-old mom. We both have C19 for the first time. This particular variant has literally ran its way through my entire household, and we are both very, very sick. So please take care of yourselves. The Medical Collective right here, it's in her Substack, Dr. Keisha. If you have not gone, she gives access to information at the Medical Collective Substack. Please follow Dr. Keisha and Dr. Sharon Smith. Do your due diligence to protect you and your own. Don't forget that we, the people, are for the people. We have to do for us and ours, but we have to protect ourselves and our neighbors. In order for us to be a better society, we must care for one another. Correct. I love you, Zeus. Take care.
All right.
Be safe. Thank you.
All right, W Jim. Yeah. I mean, it's always a pleasure to have Jim and others be able to get up here and just honestly share out what's been happening, what's going on. All right, because this is what this is about. We're building a community, we're building a platform that hopefully everybody has an opportunity to be heard and, you know, get what they need. I mean, I just do my job facilitating the conversation, but you know what it is. Good morning, Dr. Keisha. How are you doing? Welcome.
I'm doing okay because I didn't watch what everybody else watched yesterday. So I'm doing fine.
Okay, good. You're taking care of yourself, right?
I am. My whole family got our flu and C19 shots this weekend. My husband tried, I don't know what he tried to do. He tried to go left field and say he's immune to flu. And I looked at him and I was like, you're getting both. If you're in this household with evidence-based medicine, you are getting both. Don't try that with me.
Boom. Well, I appreciate you, as always, being able to squeeze some time in here with us and, you know, bring your insight. In terms of medical announcements, is there anything you want to share with us? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're please following Dr. Keisha Davis. She's really putting in the work out here. You know, I do the hard part. You know, I get out here and I do the rizzing. You know, they call me the Rizzler. But you actually do the real work. That it takes to help make America more healthy. You know what I mean? And it's not just, it's not an easy thing because there's a lot of misinformation out there, right?
There's a lot. And I'm trying in my videos to talk about it because people really, they're confused. We had a live on Thursday and this lady came up from Trinidad and she said she was confused. And Dr. Sharon asked her, when did you start becoming so confused? And she's like, was it with this recent administration? And she said, yes.
Wow.
So they're putting the confusion, the distrust she had was based on what she's hearing from this administration. So
Yeah.
don't.
Well, right now, for instance, and I didn't want to cut you off, but hopefully you can speak on it, the Tylenol and the autism situation.
Yeah, I am. Mhm.
Okay.
And actually, I'm going to do a live this afternoon. Well, I'm
Okay.
doing several things. First of all, the podcast, we're going to be talking about it. I have the Academy of Pediatrics representative coming. I'm sorry, the Academy of, I'm doing APA. I'm doing Psychological Association, Psychiatry Association, only because it's very important people understand about the attacks on mental health and those with mental illnesses. And they also are one of the people that do see children with autism. In addition, Dr. Atusa, who is part of the Academy of Pediatrics, will be part of that conversation.
Awesome.
Those
That's
are
today?
recorded. No, those are recorded.
Okay.
And you can be part of the live studio audience if you're in my Medical Collective Substack.
Wow. Okay. Well, then your Substack, I would imagine the links are in your bio.
They in my bio.
All right. All right. There you go. There you go.
Okay. So let's get to it. Before we get to the big announcement today.
Yeah.
There's a big announcement happening this afternoon, which I'm going to be trying to stream and talk about. Before that, Thursday and Friday was a horrible, horrible time. For the first time in history, people raided our scientific meeting. It was raided. It literally was. If somebody came and took spray paint that didn't know how to spray paint and literally just raided it, the Academy of Pediatrics did not come. They started the meeting, and I'm sorry, they started the meeting with the fool that came there, the head of the ACEP, which had basically been taken over by misfits. And he said, the Academy, if you want to trust a doctor, do not trust the Academy of Pediatrics. That takes care of all y'all's children. He said, do not trust them because they're not willing to debate. We have now taken X/Twitter behavior and think that scientists are going to come debate you. I was so embarrassed, Zeus, when they said they won't debate us. Then they said we're willing to, but they don't have the wherewithal to sit here and debate us on the vaccine. Listen, in the middle of when we're trying to get other things, now we're going back to start all over at the beginning with all the vaccines. Somebody got up there. First of all, they had like a pharmacist. It was just random people. You just basically replaced. This is what it's like to me, I'm gonna be honest. When people come on here that never went to medical school or even like a first year pre-med and they want to debate me with my years, they can ask questions. There's no debate. And that's why the Pediatric Society is like, why am I going to debate you? Like, this is laughable.
Yeah.
They
You're right,
said
though.
that they found proteins. They found the vaccine in the cytoplasm of cells. And this woman's like, I wouldn't want that in my body. Like, it was just stupid. We've debunked all this. And even if the protein's found in the cytoplasm, it's there because it's a message taken so our cells can be ready for it. But you know what else is found in the cytoplasm of our cells?
I don't personally, but you go tell us.
COVID-19, measles, rubella. You know what it does, though? Unlike a protein that's just a piece of paper that will eventually degrade,
Yeah.
a virus doesn't degrade. You know what it does? It damages your body. That conversation was not had at the ACIP committee. So they basically just dismantled y'all's access to the C19 vaccine, which I told y'all to get. They just said they're not going to recommend it for anybody. And they just got rid of the MMRV, which was the measles, mumps, rubella, and varicella. You know why they said they were going to break it up for children less than 4? Do you know for parents it's hard to get them into the doctor's office? How hard that's going to be now for uptake?
Wow. No, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, you start to wonder if this is what they're telling us. What are they not telling us, right? Does that ever cross your mind in the work you're doing? Because I'm going, the stuff they're telling us, right? It seems like it's common sense information, and they're going the exact opposite direction.
Opposite.
And so then you're going, well, what are they not telling us, right? What is the ultimate goal? And that's why I kind of been saying, I don't think a lot of these Trump supporters, these science deniers, these election deniers, I don't think they're going to be around here for the long run, because they're going to be actively participating in activities that actually are in their worst interest as it pertains to their health, right? Because they don't take any of this information serious.
They don't. They don't. So when it comes, this is why I say we will be okay. Oh, last night I was on the Win with Black Women call. This amazing group of women. They were the ones that came forth at the beginning of the campaign for VP Harris.
Yeah.
From president.
Yeah.
Raised millions of dollars. We did the unity call with Oprah. VP Harris came on the call.
Oh, really?
She did. I have a picture of it. Yeah, she's so beautiful. And she's on her book tour, and y'all not gonna stop that book tour. I don't care.
Yeah.
He said that we need to stay focused. This is all a plan. Make sure that we find our peace, which you could tell she found her peace, right? But just because we don't see what she's doing, she's still doing what she needs to do. And that's really the hope. And when they're trying to fight our health, because I'm telling you, the biggest and most dangerous person in that administration is RFK Jr.
Really?
The thing that allows us to lay our head at night, the thing that allowed us to not be 150 years old and be there when we saw these viruses unaliving our communities, is because of immunization. And part of it is by deliberacy, and another part, yes, is a money grab, because they're now coming in with these companies. The people there are these holistic doctors that are not board certified. They can't practice in a hospital. So at the end of the day, they're going to need us. I always say they cannot practice medicine without us. They think they can, but they cannot. The Academy of Pediatrics just put out their recommendations for immunizations for your children.
Wow.
If you want to trust somebody that takes care of your kids anyway, and takes care of kids if they have cancer and disease, go there. If you want to take someone who deals with you when you're pregnancy, ACOG, Academy of American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, they put out their recommendations. And you know what? It has not changed. So the ACIP MIDI is a farce. Okay?
Yeah.
This afternoon, he's coming out with a big announcement.
Yeah.
That he's going to say that Tylenol causes autism. It does not cause autism. All of the data has it. Now, here's the thing about studies.
Yeah, where are they getting that data from?
Okay, but here's the thing about studies. The same thing when you have people in here. The other day, there was a room, someone's trying to counter, vaccines and all this stuff. They're coming with their own research. This is why you really can't tell people to do their own research, Zeus, because their research is based in nonsense and it's science fiction.
Yeah.
They don't understand how to do a research. They don't know how to analyze it. They don't know what they need to be looking for, what p-values are. They don't understand random controlled trial. They don't understand any of that.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're going to say that all of the scientists that actually practice and went to school for this, all of the doctors that actually practice and went to school this, don't listen to them. Listen to Dr. Oz and President Trump, who are coming out today to say that Tylenol causes autism, right? One medicine that most pregnant women don't even take for long, amidst all the other things that they take.
Right.
You want to blame this on your children, and then they want to tell all your children the treatment for it is Luvorican. And Dr. Oz is not a pediatrician. So Dr. Oz and President Trump are coming up with nonsense. Do not listen to it. This is the time to put on your rainbow-colored, multicolored glasses. They live in black and white, and the problem with living in black and white is you're missing the whole spectrum, which it actually is this autism spectrum disorder. They are going to be cut off at the ends. We who live in the spectrum, who have our rose-colored, who have our multicolored glasses, we've got to right now keep going. You see, you see me, I see you.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, forget your periphery right now.
Yeah.
Be like that trainer, be like that athlete, like Zeus wants to be.
Yeah, well, a lot of that, all that,
When
and the
you go
above.
to the gym and
Bag of
people
chips.
talking,
They
what
say
do
I'm
you
a bag
do?
of chips too. All that and a bag of chips.
Well,
so to
you're a
speak.
bag of like vegetable chips, I guess.
There you go, W. Dr. Keish. She knows. That means I'm healthy for you, and tasty too. Yeah.
Go to your race, train for your race, train for this, like you train for an exam, and ignore all of the periphery. I'm serious. Trust me on this. Ignore the periphery. Ignore the nonsense. Walk past it like they are just sitting on the ground. They do not exist, because what's about to happen right today, what he's about to announce this afternoon, is nonsense. Just trust and stay focused on the Academy Pediatrics, on what I put out. I'll make sure I put it out. Nothing else matters. They want you to fall into it. They're not treating you. They cannot practice medicine without us. Now, what will
and that only applies to the folks, the Democrats, real Republicans, and the independents. But MAGA, y'all listen to RFK. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. MAGA could listen to RFK.
I just saw there's a group of, and even with Kamala's campaign, there's a group of, that were Republicans for Harris, and there's a group of Republicans against Trump, and they were actually abhorred of what happened last night.
Yeah.
There are those that are going to continue to listen to us, but we cannot, number one, when it comes out, when these announcements come out about health, do not amplify them on social media. That's what they want you to do. Yeah. Do not confuse the people that are in the middle confused. Amplify the positive. You could put a comment, I don't know what's happening over there, but I know that the pediatrician's telling me, put out the positive stuff. Amplify that now, because they're trying to also get away with our coverage. Now, I know that some of the academies are working with insurance companies. Dr. Sharon shared with us on Thursday that the insurance companies worked with, like the Academy of Pediatrics, and are still going to cover our vaccines.
Right.
But this could change. This could very change. They could be caught in the middle. I mean, it's not advantageous for them to, but if ACIP does this, no matter who ACIP is, it's going to affect our coverage. But do know, if you truly are in a bind, we have ways to help you. There are patient advocates. I'm going to do an episode just on those resources. Reach out to the Facebook group, the Empowered Health Network, if you're in a bind. Now listen, we're not doing another part of this. There's been a lot of people that are trying to troll or be peddlers. Okay. People truly need it. Like, we have a friend who got insulin for a year, free insulin for a year. And what I mean by peddlers are people that have been going to multiple groups saying they needed this and something just didn't sound right. So please, in all honesty, if you truly need it, do not prey upon people and say you're needing money. And then I see you in Mexico a few months before, and now you can't pay your bills. Start to think wisely.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Dr. Keisha Davis. There you have it. No lies detected. Thank you so much, Doc. As always, thank you.
I'll probably come Wednesday and keep you informed on this whole ridiculous nonsense with autism, but it's not true.
All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're going to give it up to Dr. Keisha Davis. No lies detected. All right. I got to get out of here. I'll bring attacking up, and then I got to go. All right, attacking. You're going to be the last guest this morning. What do you got for me this morning?
Well, listening to a whole bunch of stuff. The thing is with Donald Trump, what he did at the memorial, whatever, saying he hates people.
Yeah.
And we listen to the people on the right saying the Democrats are the ones that create violence.
Yeah, I heard that.
Val has shown you on your platform
several times
the Cato Institute report in regards to who does more violence against what side.
Correct. It's the right that's pretty violent.
Yeah. Why don't they read that, and why are they putting out the hateful rhetoric when the truth is out there for them to see who is really doing it? Why are they promoting the hate and the violence, even though it's them who is doing it towards the Democrats?
Knock it off, man. Knock it off.
I mean, this has to stop.
Yeah.
We're not the ones threatening them. You don't threaten anybody. I don't threaten anybody.
No.
But we get threats.
No.
And what happened to Charlie? We've all agreed. Horrible situation. Horrible.
Yeah.
But they're the ones who laughed when Paul Pelosi was hit in the head, saying that Nancy should be hit in the head. The pipe explosive sent to Obama, Biden, and Hillary. They laughed. They said, too bad they didn't explode. Joe Biden tied up in the back of a truck. They reposted it.
I saw the videos, and I've seen that. You know what they've done to George Floyd? Hosted lives about George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, listen, where's your humanity? Where's the Where's your faith in God, your Christianity, so to speak? And it never shows up.
And there's only one president between Biden, Obama, and Trump who caused their followers to lose their life over a lie of a stolen election.
True.
We didn't do it. Biden didn't do it. Obama didn't do it.
No.
Didn't incite their supporters to beat up people, beat up cops.
Right.
And Trump's the only president right now in history, impeached twice, indicted, charged, convicted, 34 felonies, and is a rapist.
True.
The only president in history so far. Mm-hmm. But yet, they think he's the best thing since sliced bread. Hasn't delivered anything to anybody of substance. No, they can't hold anything up and receive. This is what I got from Trump. We're doing better.
Yeah.
Our stocks have been horrible. Gas prices, food prices, unemployment's up.
Yeah.
Inflation's up
through the roof.
Right.
Our utility bills. I mean, I'm not going to let that go. He promised me it would be cut in half.
Our allies are laughing at us, and Putin is running his show.
Yeah, about to invade Poland. Yeah.
And the thing is, wanting to take away mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
Which have been done for years. It's everything they do is on paper with ballots, with voting. It's all paper.
Yeah.
Whether it be mail-in or not, it's all paper. You hand count it. If you have a discrepancy, and every time they hand counted it, Biden won and Trump lost some, and Joe Biden gained some. I don't understand why they want to keep this lie going. And these people who have hopped on the Charlie Kirk train, who didn't know him, they're just doing it to get the sympathy act, to seem as part of the team. For no goddamn darn reason.
Gotcha. You can't even get them to give you a good quote that Charlie Kirk said. When you ask them, like, what was the best quote you heard Charlie Kirk state that upholds your values? And
I have one.
What is it?
When you see a black pilot, do you think he's a DEI hire?
No, that's not a good quote. That's not a good quote.
For them it is.
That's a bad quote.
He is. I don't like Christians who use God to promote hate. He is a liar. He is a bigot. He is a homophobic. That's what Charlie Kirk was. And people have said, "Oh, you're taking him out of context." No, we're not. You do that with Trump too. We use Trump's words verbatim of what he has said and what he has done.
Yeah.
And you guys are distorting everything he says. But
Val said he has a quote attacking. I gotta hear it before I get out of here. You got a quote for me, Val?
Oh yeah, I got one. I got one that's actually a decent quote by Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to talk just to try to send some peace out there, right?
Yeah.
It was about the First Amendment. And he quoted about the First Amendment several times and how I have the right to say what I want to say. And he wasn't wrong.
That's the quote?
Yeah, he said
I have the right to say what I want to say.
You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. Okay.
That's not prophetic though. But to your point, it is.
But y'all, they want to sit up here and say and try to turn these things into something they're not. They want to try to go against the First Amendment when Charlie Kirk was actually, well, we'll say this for him, was actually for the First Amendment. More than most people.
So we have the right to say what we want to say. I mean, if you want to put that in a frame, then let's frame it. And that should MAGA.
I mean, if he wants to go out there and say, if he wants to go out there and say that, he has the right to say that he believes that if he walks onto a plane with a black pilot, he has the right to say that. Doesn't mean none of us have to believe it. Doesn't mean there's not going to be repercussions from that kind of speech from people.
Exactly.
Okay. But it does protect him from one group of people. You know what I'm saying? It protects him from the government. And what we're actually watching right now, and what we're actually watching right now is the government going after people for their free speach.
Congratulations, Kimmy. You voted for this.
And Trump says that they shouldn't have the right to attack him or say anything about him.
Yeah, he said he said it's illegal. It's his actual words were it's illegal to talk. You know what I'm saying? To talk about the president, which is exactly why the First Amendment was created. It was to give us the right to say what we thought was wrong with our government. And I want to make this clear. Charlie Kirk would have been the first person to actually agree with that.
Yeah. I agree. W, Val. W attacking. Well, listen, gentlemen, Big Zeus has to get up out of here.
Everybody be good. Everybody be safe. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge round of applause. No lies detected. I got to get out of here. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in this morning. I hope you all had a great time. Thank you all. Special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, because without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Entertaining, engaging, and definitely educational. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and this goes out to all the Zeus haters, and they know exactly who they are. Do me a favor and go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
All right, I'm out of here. Take care. Have a great morning. Oh, hold up. Have a great morning, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Have a great rest of your morning. Let's go, let's go. W-R-F-L. All right, Tinkerbell. Hey, W-N-C-C-Dub. All right, Cindy, Terry, Patrick, let's go. Keep up the great work, everybody. Tinkerbell, Tootie. JGA Creation. Hey, Osa, you gotta knock it off, bro. Art, W-Art, Soren, thank you. Heaven. Osa, every day you come over here and you just, I hope what I said to you actually sinks in, all right? It's pretty thick up here. Be careful, Ange. All right. We're gonna get your backup, if you know what I mean. All right. Because we got a lot of haters, and they know who they are. They come in under their backup accounts, listen to us, and then they try to take us down because they can't do what we do and look as good as we do. But that's because they're ugly people. Yeah, I just said that. They're ugly people. And they're not happily married, all right? They're disgusting. If anything, they only got a hostage. They're not married, they have hostages, all right? And these guys, they would leave them in a heartbeat. There you go. And we know that because we saw what happened with Grindr, all right? They'll leave you. Honey, where are you going? I'm going to Home Depot. 3 hours later, yeah, my back hurts. What happened? Picking up some pots and some pans. All right. I gotta get out of here. And they know I'm telling the truth. Because I'm not going to let MAGA, the grinder think, okay, yeah, you better watch when your husband tells you he's going to Home Depot. All right, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen.